at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm jealous knowing we found something so loud of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number one, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE, and unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right, thank you, Craig.
Wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me.
Law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume outside of containment.
What's that?
Gas been seen or
what's that, brother?
Esta es una historia triste la que le voy a contar. Una historia triste la que le voy a contar. No tiene doble sentido. No.
I'm done, you're hooking up my butt.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Chad and everybody, and welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. We're here tonight from the dystopic realm that we live in, coming to you live. We've got our sunglasses on, and we can see through the Anunnaki Jew lizards from the Bureau, and they're oh my God. I got off work today and got home. So I'm going to sort out my videos, right? So I've got just all my flat earth video clips and shit all in at least one folder. Dude, I've got like 500 something different on all kinds of shit. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Needless to say, I was bombing Facebook with that shit.
Surprised it's not more.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you consider the subfolders and shit that I've got with already videos in it, like I've got some specifically regarding, air pressure, another one with gravity, which I'll add to that one. Because now that I've got them all from where I download them at, they're just in there mixed with a bunch of other shit, right? So I had to kind of review them, rename them. So I knew what they were. They at least had a keyword in them and shit. And then I can put them in the flat earth folder. And then there's subfolders that I've got in there. And I'll probably have to create a few more too. So
Sov's Flat Earth Archives.
Oh my God, man. It's like, it was endless. I was here like hours. They just flying by while I was doing it. But I mean, I ran across some really cool shit. This one I thought was funny. I've showed this before. This is how the banking system works, right? This is perfect. Wait a second. I'll start it here in just a second. This is how then I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that's in there. This is how the banking system works. Watch.
About the $20 you owe me. Oh, yeah? Well, I only got 10, so here's 10, I owe you 10. Thanks. Hey, Mo, you owe me 20. Oh, here's 10, I'll owe you 10. You owe me 20. Here's 10, I owe you 10. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Here's the 10 I owe you. Good, now we're all even. How about the $20 you owe me? Oh, yeah?
There's a good Jewish joke in there somewhere.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, exactly. That's exactly what the fuck is going on with our stuff. Look at everybody we got in here. We got Nate X is here. We got Edwin Johnson here. Lowry's here. Lowry, good morning. It says from Hamidia. Good morning. Well, you must be on the other side of the globe. Oh my God. It drives those fucking people so crazy because I was just like dropping these videos into this flat earth group and shit. And of course they all just start freaking out, and I just don't respond. Just let them fucking yell into the void. It's like, I don't give a shit. Go away. Right. See, two sis here tonight. David Koresh. We got Peter W's with us here again, too. We got Only Up Dudes. Simon Doherty is with us. Good to see you, Simon. As long as Simon says, I'm down with it. We're good to go. So, Simon, go ahead and tell me to take a bong hit. I'll obey. I swear to God, I will. Let's see. Midnight Smokers. What? Smokers Caribbean Archive or Caribbean Archive? Okay. Man, I'm not. Good thing that has little pop up on the chat. If anybody's on their phone, they're fucked if they get to tag that dude. I'll tell you what, man. Sea Lightning 300 Miles is here with us. Edwin Johnson, Spyro Graffiti, Godzilla, dun dun dun. And we got J.R. Hartley, Santero's here with us. Little Wing 6 was 9. If a 6 did turn out to be a 9, I don't mind.
No.
You know, if all the hippies, if they cut off all their hair, I don't care.
I don't care.
You know, I got my own life to all right, let's see. Yeah, that's my music. Oh, I got a really great, you know how people say, was it really like what you say in the 70s growing up as a kid? You mean your parents would just let you run wild outside? And it was like, yeah. And I found a good video. It's memories of that kind of thing. And I'll show that here in a minute. Thought that was great. Please don't show camel toes. Oh, I got a video on that too. Where somebody, doing that. There's a camel and they got a tarp up, you know, so it makes like a part of like an extension of the wall. And this guy back there with a camel. And this other guy, he's walking this way. He can see the camel. And these girls, they can't see the camel. He says, oh, man, that's a nice camel toe. And the woman's like looking down like that. And then when they get up there close, they see there's really a camel. And he's over there looking at its feet and shit.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was pretty good. Let's see. Where is it? That's How School Ruined Your Life. Oh. Honest politics. Okay, here it is. So, yeah. Lisa saw this on Facebook. She gave it a heart. She knows. This is really how it was. Oh, yeah. And I don't care about the music, but
you're like the brother that kicks the other brother under the table at dinner time, and then the other brother gets in trouble because he's yelling at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yes, this is really what it was like. So some of you, a lot of you, according to my demographics, a lot of you can relate to this, but any of you younger people out there that are watching, man, this really was. So when you asking questions, yes, we did. We drank out of the fucking hose. We stayed out all day, went miles away from our house on our bikes and shit. Our parents had no goddamn idea where we were at. And, you know, we just knew to be home at a certain time or whatever, or to check in every so often or whatever like that. That was about it. Now you got parents. If you're going to ride your bike, be sure and wear your helmet and your bubble wrap and your knee pads and your elbow pads. And Jesus Christ, am I going into medieval combat? Or am I going to go ride my bike? What the fuck?
Everybody's getting those electric bikes besides the point. They don't even got a pedal anymore. Ain't nothing involved in them. I just missed the 70s, but I still had those vibes growing up.
Yeah,
I only missed it by a month.
When I watched this, man, I was like, yes, I remember this shit, man. We did it. Everything they're doing, with the exception of some of the skateboard shit, but all this shit they're doing on bicycles and whatnot, man, that's what we were doing. We aspired to be Evel Knievel. That's what we wanted to be.
I remember we'd go to the park and build ramps out of the picnic benches and stuff. You know, if something bad happened, we all made a pact to like make up some story. Like we weren't going to tell our parents what really went down there.
Right.
Then we wouldn't be able to go back out and do it again.
You being said, you just walk it off, man, and walk it off. But I got a bone sticking out. That's all right. Jam it back in.
Yeah, right.
Dude. Did you get hurt? Yes, you did. Yes, and you learned a lot about natural physics. You really did.
It's all part of the experience.
It is. You're tough. I never could get the hang of skateboards very good.
I wasn't good at it either. I tried a couple times, wasn't good, and just gave up.
Same here.
Bikes, though, that's a whole nother story. I was a madman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was an empty lot across the street from my house, and we always went over there. We made a BMX track. We had berms and we made whoop-de-doos and jumps and shit all over the place, man. And this thing, it was a great track, man. People would come from all over the place. And then eventually it got to be so big all around, everybody wanted to race those BMX bikes that at the wave pool park, that we had a pool that, which is really kind of silly because there's like, you're never anywhere where you're any further than 5 miles from a lake in that area. But we had a thing, it was the wave pool, and it's a pool, they turn on waves and it does like ocean waves and shit. Anyway, on those grounds, they built a BMX track. It was really big, and they'd have like serious competitions there and shit. That was really something.
They actually just built one up the road from me.
Did they?
Yeah, like a couple summers ago. Yeah, sorry.
I'm glad to see people still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Like they got races and stuff. It's right next to the dirt track too, like on the other side of the dirt track where they have the dirt track races. But yeah, it's kind of good to see that they still do that kind of thing.
They used to do motocross with motorcycles at the Silverdome. And the Silverdome was gone now. They tore it down. I remember when there was controversy over building it. They had to use tax money to build the fucking thing. And it was like, oh, it's going to revitalize Pontiac. It never did. Pontiac just remained being an armpit. I mean, I don't know. I ain't up there now. I was just up there, and I went through Pontiac, and I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, it's kind of like here, right before, I won't get off in a big long story, but I would equate this area where I'm at, the Quad Cities now, to Detroit, because it was very industrial. It's right on the river and everything. I mean, not that part, but it's very industrial, and they had a lot of that, like industrial businesses and stuff, but it all went away, got crummy and stuff. And then after a while, I'd say right before the jab thing happened, it started to get good again. But then that ruined everything. Now we're like right back to like Detroit era.
That means that you probably have abandoned warehouses down by the dock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's where all the crime happens.
Yeah, you got that right.
If you ever watch any movie, that's why I don't care if they're having to do a ransom switch, or whether it's a drug deal or they're just going to fucking off somebody. They all that shit always happens at the abandoned warehouse down by the docks. Every movie. Oh, and this is another thing too, and it happened again the other night. I was watching another movie involving war. And if you ever find yourself having to go into a combat situation, whatever you do, do not show a picture of your wife or your sweetheart back home to anybody. Don't even have one, okay? Because that's the guy that always gets fucking killed. He's the one that always gets killed. And they find him laying there with his crumpled up picture in his bloody hand,
It's like the black guys in horror movies.
Yeah.
They always go first.
Red shirts on Star Trek. If you're wearing a red shirt, man, and you've never been on the show before, you're not going to live.
See ya.
Yeah. Alien's going to zap your ass. That's all. Right. Geez, it's a wonder any of us got kids. You know, I mean, you know how many times, you don't know how many times, man. Everybody was always nutting themselves on their bike sometime or
Yeah.
another.
Yep.
Now that shit hurt too, boy.
Well, I got concussed pretty good one time. I don't know what happened, but my steering wheel turned really bad, and I flipped right over those things and landed on the concrete head first. Boy, it's
You
good.
got a
I don't know.
steering wait on your bike?
Yeah, I like turned it, like turned
Oh, you
completely
turned the
that way.
handlebars.
And
I was
I
gonna say
didn't
'cause
mean
that was
to. It
the
just
thing.
happened.
There was a kid in my neighborhood that actually had a steering wheel
Oh,
on instead of handlebars on his
yeah.
bicycle. I could never get the hang of riding it. It was too.
Yeah, my handlebars went vertical, and I went over top of them. I don't know what happened. Just all of a sudden, just went bam, and I went head first right into the concrete. And boy, I guess it's one of those things. But
So this is funny as shit, man. You guys are gonna laugh.
Dad, look at Tate's baby cousin. Dad.
Stop. Pause it. There it is. Okay, so this girl's on FaceTime with her friend, and her friend's showing her baby. Okay. And her dad's in the room. This is
Dad, look at Tate's baby cousin. Look.
What is that?
It's her baby. He's so cute.
So cute.
Wenn die Dunkelheit beginnt und die Nacht spricht mit dem Wind, Fantasien gehen Hand in Hand.
Dad, look at Tate's.
He's just like, what is that?
look like a baby squirrel or something. It's like, holy moly.
She's have to whisper, we're on FaceTime.
Oh boy.
Oh,
it's cute.
Oh, look, isn't he sweet? Here you go. Now, at least this is a politician that is at least honest. See, I ran across all kinds of crazy shit today.
Hi, I'm Gil Fulbright. The people that run my campaign, they've made this commercial, and I'm in it. This campaign, it's not about me. It's about crafting a version of me that'll appeal to you. A version that visits random work sites with paid actors pointing at things. A version of me that doesn't find old people loathsome or pointless. Has a conventionally attractive yet curiously still family. Listening to my constituents, legislating, these are things I don't do. What I do is spend about 70% of my time raising funds for re-election. I'd do anything to stay in office. My name's Gil Fulbright, but hell, I'll change my name to Phil Goldbright or Bill Fulbright or fill up my mouth with farts. These are the things that are important to me. And these are the fine people that finance my campaign. Now, in order to do these things, I have to stay in office. And to stay in office, I have to keep these guys happy. Now, if any of these things make these guys unhappy, well, my hands are tied. So come November, the choice is clear. Do you want another spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? Or a spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? I'm Philip a Mouth with Farts, and I approve this message.
That's about the truth.
At least he's honest, right? Oh yeah, they said that Meta does not have the music rights. So in certain countries on Facebook, that thing we watched, it had the Queen song playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess on there that says it in certain countries where Meta does not have music rights. Okay. Well,
okay.
See, that's the thing. They got to have all these crazy fucks.
Gotta have all the control.
Oh, this was pretty good too. This is titled, Sometimes Your Guardian Angel Looks Like This. Hang on, let me do something here real quick. There. No. You know, and that kind of puts you in mind because sometimes, you know, you go, oh shit, why did this happen to me? But it's for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Perspective.
Yeah, because you're going, oh man, that sucks. You know, I got pushed down, but had I not got pushed down, I would have went right out in front of that fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or you know, I would have been standing right where that car crashed into the flower booth. You know, or yeah, no shit. Makes you wonder.
Yeah. No.
Kind of you have to think, you know, you have to look at all the perspectives. Maybe there's a reason for this. You know, I always look at that. I always go, well, maybe there's a reason for this.
It's hard to see it in the moment, but once you get to look back on it, yeah, usually there's a meaning. You know, God has a purpose, right?
Absolutely. Oh, this is so cute. You like puppies, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody likes puppies.
I want one.
I want one. I'm going to train mine like this.
Puppy love. Puppy love. I thought that I had fallen in love with you, but it was only puppy love. Only puppy love. Only puppy love. Puppy love.
Now, see, I'd give him a treat.
I thought that my love for you was really true, but it was only puppy love.
No, they're like ice cream.
Thought that was kind of gross. Oh, here's that thing I was talking about. This is funny.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Your camel toe is huge. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Yep. Wow. I can see your camel toe. It's quite lovely.
It's a typical German camel. He lives in the Peaceful Mountains.
Camel toe is showing. Is that a? Do you breed it to have that nice?
Yes, we found two camels, a male, female, that had really nice camel
with
toes.
really nice camel toes.
Yeah,
you got a nice camel toe. Oh, what a lovely.
Yeah, thanks, Santa.
Yeah. Lovely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Dude, if your timing ain't right, you're liable to get socked in the fucking eye or something, man.
Oh, you thought I was talking? No, it's the camel. What?
Oh, get your mind out of the gutter, dude. Come on. His name is actually Harry, so it's Harry's camel toe.
A hairy camel toe.
A hairy camel toe.
Those are my favorite. I can see your camel toe.
It's a nice camel toe, isn't it?
Is it normally out like that? I thought they wear little.
No, it doesn't like socks. So.
Lovely camel toe.
It's a lovely camel toe.
Pedicure recently.
I love.
Yeah, if your timing ain't just right, I think you could get into some trouble.
Shows the social conditioning of this generation too. To just hear a certain phrase and think.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, this
Like
is
me?
good too.
Good morning, America. As the great noticing dawns upon us, we want to know, can you really bake 6 million pizzas in 5 years?
I doubt it. Erica, take it away.
Chloe and Michael, good morning. To put that into perspective, that's over 3,000 pizzas a day, every single day. The question isn't just can they do it, but how?
We can't do it. It's impossible. How dare you even ask me to make 6 million pizzas? We don't even have a chimney.
Well, they really got their work cut out for them.
If I were them, I would just lie and say they did it.
Right. Let's go live to the manager.
Possible. There's only 505,000 pizzas in this whole country. You expect us to bake 6 million? No way.
We're live in the kitchen watching this crew frantically load pizzas into the ovens. This isn't possible.
They won't hit 6 million.
And even if they could, the Russian spot down the street did 62 million from 1917 to 1987.
We hear you're writing a diary about the pizzas. How's that going?
He might have been trying to forge that.
Right? I say just make it mandatory in every school and people will think it was real.
I heard they have enough red sauce to make like 271,000.
Not I.
My question is, how are they supposed to retrieve the pizzas from the ovens?
That makes sense. There's no ventilation.
How do they get their pizza? How do they get their pizzas out?
Just a weird
pizza cost?
The only problem with this restaurant is they don't have a chimney, so it makes going into the kitchen and retrieving the pizzas a difficult task.
In other news, if you haven't followed Jake GTV yet, you might be a total loser. Certainly not based. Most likely retarded.
It just goes to show that we haven't learned either, right?
Right.
During the 2020 thing, what happened? They had an active counter, supposedly of all the people expiring, and it got up to 1 million. And then people were like, wait a minute. It's like, this isn't, the math's not working out here, so they stopped all that.
They always showed it in the red. They use colors. They use colors.
Yeah.
Because they always use red.
But it just shows that they're always skewing the numbers until they finally get called out on it. And I don't know why this isn't any different. Well, it is now. People are starting to do it, but more so than they used to. But it's just like, if you don't point it out, then they'll just do it. And, as long as nobody's holding them accountable, whether it be that or something else. That's why accountability needs to be more of a priority these days.
Oh, God, I know. Oh, this is pretty good here, too. Yeah. That's why I shared it.
This is real. How do astronaut suits in space look oddly smooth, almost like scuba gear? If space is supposed to be a giant vacuum, shouldn't those suits puff up like birthday balloons? Why do they stay tight, like the astronauts are floating inside a giant invisible swimming pool? Think about it. A vacuum means no pressure pushing back. On Earth, when something moves from high pressure to low pressure, it expands. Even sealed chips bags swell on airplanes. Yet we're told astronauts step into total emptiness, and their suits magically stay sleek, wrinkle-free, and perfectly shaped. No bulging joints, no ballooning gloves. Nothing. And the more you look at raw training footage, neutral buoyancy pools, giant water tanks, slow motion drift, the more you start to wonder if what we see up there feels suspiciously like what happens down here. Picture a suit in a real vacuum chamber. Those tests show stiff, inflated layers that barely bend. But in these so-called spacewalk clips, the arms flex smoothly, the legs fold softly, and well, the whole structure just behaves almost like fabric drifting underwater. You even see tools glide with that sort of gentle resistance you feel, when you're waving your hand through a pool. And once you catch those tiny details, you start asking bigger questions. If the environment doesn't act like a vacuum, what else might not match the story we were handed since childhood? What other tiny clues are hiding in plain sight, eh?
Lots.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, a shitload of them. I've got in my video. See, this is so great. This is great. I've got rockets and a vacuum experiments and all kinds of cool shit, man. Let me see if I can do that. I think, hold on, let me make sure I'm not down here anymore. Who knows? We could be later.
Yeah, I think that's why they're getting to a point where a lot of that could be another reason for all this AI stuff to control. They let the genie out of the bottle with the internet. Everybody are starting to figure things out. And like you said, like the video you played about the noticing and all that, people are starting to notice. So now they got to figure another way out to kind of control the internet or censor it or whatever word you want to use. But
yeah,
I think that, look, we were just talking about how they hit everybody, ding everybody for the music. I mean, you think it's just going to stay with the music? No, I mean, there's copyrights just on people's playing videos and stuff now. People are getting hit with those.
So this is like a little two-parter video, but this is pretty good. I love this subject. I love this because this is everything. Okay, pressure and medium. The ratio of density between the two is what it's all the fuck about. It really is, man. Even that little toy I'm getting is exactly that. right there. By compressing that air, I now change that whole observed effect from floating to sinking. What? What? How did I do that? See? And then you can hold it at various levels by the amount of pressure you put on the bottle. Because the water won't compress, but the bathysphere will. I've got that thing bookmarked. I want the video. I should download the video.
Listen up, space cadets. This is proof that the model of reality you've been sold is not only ridiculous, but impossible. It doesn't matter what suit you wear in a vacuum or vacuum chamber, because the same principles and laws apply to all states of matter. The pressure that's caused by removing the gases and oxygen in an environment makes matter expand, liquids boil, metals melt, and containers implode. You literally have to
Now, it's important to know what they just did there. They put those balloons that were inflated into a vacuum sealed bag and then put that whole unit inside of a vacuum chamber.
I know.
Deny physics and the scientific method to believe in the heliocentric model and Big Bang universe cosmology. Are you going to keep pretending you're a randomly mutated monkey man living on the outside of a molten cord water ball shooting through infinity? Or are you going to face the facts that you see before your eyes?
The ultimate and most dangerous test was a huge, specially constructed vacuum chamber.
They were able to pull all of the air out to create a big vacuum, just like it would be on the moon. That way we could test our suits to make sure there was no leakage.
One such test narrowly avoided disaster. With all the air sucked out, all that protected him was his pressurized suit. Then something happened.
I heard over the headset that he was losing suit pressure.
He was in serious danger.
There really wasn't any feeling. It was just happening so fast, trying to get the chamber back to a safe pressure and Jim to a safe pressure inside the suit.
As I stumbled backwards, I could feel the saliva on my tongue starting to bubble just before I went unconscious. And that's kind of the last thing I remember.
Essentially, he had no pressure on the outside of his body, and that's a very unusual case to get, and there's very little in the medical literature as to what happens when you have that. There's a lot of conjecture, that your fluids will boil.
Within 25 seconds, a co-worker sitting in a partially pressurized antechamber.
Hang on, part 2 coming.
To dash in. At the normal rate of repressurization, it would have taken 30 minutes to make the chamber safe. Hess repressurized it in just over a minute.
That's much, much faster than you would ever come down in an airplane. It would really hurt your ears if you did that.
Finally, it was safe to let a doctor in.
I've been reading comments and a lot of you been asking to put water in a vacuum. So let's check it out. So I got water over here. We're gonna fill it up the beaker with water. Boom. Then we're gonna cover it with the vacuum chamber and then turn it on and see what happens. You can see a little bit of bubbles start going, and whoa, start boiling. How cool is that? Looks like it's boiling a lot. Wow. Pretty awesome, huh?
Nothing physical can exist inside a vacuum. Therefore, space is a complete hoax. The vacuum of space is supposed to be much stronger than any vacuum chamber we can create on Earth. Liquids boil, metals melt, and some matter can even explode. You're literally paid to be light.
I had one of those Stretch Armstrongs.
Yeah.
My brother ripped it apart, man.
Sure.
He was a dick. he really was, man. He really was. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. About is those experiments with different pressures and buoyancy and shit like that. It's just, it's something that's always come really kind of natural for me to understand. I think it's neat. See, I got more shit on it back in here.
Just think what your blood would do.
Oh yeah, man.
Or I guess any fluid in your body.
Any fluid. Well, that guy said the saliva on his tongue was starting to boil. That's wow. I don't want none of that shit, man.
No, that'd be terrible.
No, we don't want that. What is this? Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. How long is that thing? This is a little video that Burn the Corporate Fiction put out over on Facebook that was pretty good. And as long as I'm on there,
The road pirate says,
and he does, I don't know how he did this with his voice, but this is amazing. Oh yeah, I'll have to show that too. Oh shit, yeah. That's funny as hell.
the road pirate says, license and registration. You hand them over. You just volunteered to be robbed. This is not a safety stop. This is a harvest. Let me explain why. The day you were born, your mother and father registered you with the corporate state. They created a birth certificate, which serves as a warehouse receipt, evidencing agricultural collateral that can be borrowed against. They created a trust in your all caps name and gave it a serial number, your social security number. Nearing adulthood, you apply for a driver's license. You just agree to be the employee who operates the state's vehicle. You registered your car. You surrendered legal title. You have only the right of use now, a trustee bound to use the property the way daddy government tells you to. The road pirate pulls you over. He does not know this, but his training ensures that he establishes that the automobile is now public trust property and that you are employed to use it. License and registration. He writes the ticket. That ticket becomes a bond, usually 10 times higher than the fine, backed by your future labor. The court clerk sells that bond to investors. Your $300 speeding ticket just printed real money for Wall Street. If you pay the fine, they cash the bond. If you do not pay, they suspend your license or worse, extortion at its finest. No victim is required because this is not real law. This is equity, commercial equity, and you are the collateral. It's not just traffic stops. Family court, child support order, bond sold, tax lien, foreclosure, bond sold, parking ticket, boot, tow, bond sold. Every fine, every fee, every garnishment is a new bond created from your name, bundled and traded like pork bellies. The cop plants the seed, the lawyer and judge grow it, the bank and the politician eat the harvest. You do all the bleeding. They do all the feeding. It runs on one thing, your continued consent. Every time you hand over that license, every time you say, Your Honor, you volunteer to stay on the plantation. One affidavit, one recorded declaration, one demand for common law venue, and a jury of your peers. That's all it takes to break the spell. One becomes 10, 10 becomes 1,000, 1,000 becomes a nation that remembers it was born free. Thomas Jefferson said, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time by the blood of patriots and tyrants alike. I say that tree has been thirsty for a long time. We have the right to bear arms for a reason, and it is not hunting or sport. Learn how to fight by searching Burn, the corporate fiction on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and X. The road pirate says,
and if you're not subscribed to or have watched Burn the Corporate Fiction, go over there. You get some fantastic information. Shit that'll blow your mind, man. About how this whole fucking thing operates, man. Where was it? I gotta find that because this was hilarious.
I've seen a whole lot less people, or a whole lot more, I should say, people with not having license plates on the back of their cars in the last couple of years. And
Have you?
I wasn't sure what to make of it, but now I think this thing is starting to grow a little bit with that. You know, people are starting to wake up, get hip to all this. And
If
I thought for a while it was because they couldn't afford it or something like that, but now I'm starting to think that people are just getting more educated, more hip to all this information that's out there.
If one of my mods could go ahead and put Burn the Corporate Fictions link
Somebody
in,
doesn't beat me to it.
and the thing for people who've not privy to his work. This is kind of great. It's not the best video quality, but it's funny as shit. Well, it helps if it has sound, doesn't it? It does.
Dishwasher and cook dinner and put the washing on, and you know what? I can't continue to live like this. Because it's not me.
Relax. It's gonna be all right.
How?
Here, I'll just show you. Okay, I've been doing this since we moved in. See this basket thing? I don't know how it happens, if it's the house or what, but any dirty clothes you put in this basket, somehow the next day they're just clean, folded, and in a perfect pile in your bed.
You're not serious.
I couldn't believe it at first either, but it just keeps happening. That's why I didn't tell you. I didn't want to jinx it.
You are insane.
Try it, you'll see. Unless it's only chosen me. See, I don't know.
I can't do this.
No, wait. There's other things too. Plates, cutlery, pizza boxes, dirty tissues, anything you leave on this coffee table just vanishes overnight. I mean, sometimes I'll see how far I can push this thing and I'll just leave shit everywhere. And then sure enough, the next day, it's all gone. It's just vanished. It's magic. No, she wouldn't have left me. This is what I think happened. I heard her get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something. She must have fallen onto the magic coffee table and just vanished.
Are you insane?
No, he's not insane. I've got the same coffee table.
I don't know. I just thought that was pretty good. And to have that little bit of humor helps out, man. Okay, I think that's everything off of there. I think that's everything I wanted off there for right now. Oh, yeah, look at this. I showed this to the guy I work with today, and I was like, you know, because I say a little bit here and there about all the shit, you know, and I've talked about the existence of giants and shit like that while we're working, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Christian. He believes, you know, in the story of David and Goliath. And I said, you know, there was more, you know, I says, even though that you look in there where it says became those great men of renown,
mm-hmm.
It was these kings, these Nephilim king. And they were fucking giants and shit. That's basically what was going on. But take a look at this door.
Yeah. I don't know.
I said, how do you set that? I said, how do you set that door, Mike? How are you going to set that door? He says, good God, I don't know. And I says, this is old too, man. This ain't like they had modern equipment.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I said, there was big people. There was giants walking around. He says, yeah, I believe so.
Well, you think, all right, so let's take some of the more modern things, like big NFL football stadiums, for instance, or whatever. They're not putting those big ass doors in those things. It's a great big stadium, right? But
right.
But they're putting, you know, regular sized doors in it for why? Why?
I mean,
Because
at the most,
what height, huh?
Yeah, at the most they have like freight doors that they have where
if you
they have
have something
shit
like
brought
that,
in, but
but
that's
yeah.
not like the general entrance, not like that.
Right.
That's not a freight door. That's like right in the front of the place. That's the front.
I mean, you got garage doors and stuff like that. I get that. But yeah, out front where people come in, they're normal doors, right? Because why? They ain't got no giants coming through them. Well, unless they're the New York Giants, huh? But but yeah, just you know the you know.
That's right, Santero.
The usability.
Pulleys. They use donkeys and pulleys.
Yeah, you got that right. Donkeys Inc.
Goddamn conspiracy theorists and shit. Always coming up with this crazy stuff, trying to make people insane and stupid. We got to put an end to this. This is what these people act like, man. This is what these
Wow.
people act like. They get so fucking
Dangerous conspiracies.
They say school, it's like school was the fucking highlight of their life. It really was. That was the top fucking thing of their life was school. They don't get, I don't know, man. But look at this shit. We can't do this. And don't tell me because it's too expensive. People was having
The beautiful.
Look at these fireplaces, man. Look at these fucking fireplaces. This is insane.
Fireplaces of the old world were just as stunning as the buildings that they were built in. But these were not made to be used with wood. They were all connected with those ether antennas on all those old world buildings you've seen, connected to the rebar and the metal backing on these fireplaces. Those andirons were no decoration or holding in firewood, filled with material like radium, mercury, acting as resonators of sorts. Radium depicted in these pictures here, used to both heat and cool the houses of the old world. I mean, just looking at some of these fireplaces, you can tell that wood was never made for them. They are pure marble white and just beautiful. That fire.
Yeah, just think what a wood fire would do to all this fucking
Yeah, it'd be dark.
Yeah,
so it would be all over the place.
Would just completely blacken and cover in soot in an instant. What you do see in a lot of these old pictures is fire never actually being used in them. Just look at this one here. Where are you going to put the wood at? Some of them didn't even have flues or connections to them. I've heard people talk to me about this in previous videos from places like New York, where they would tell me their landlords told them not to ever use their fireplace as it was actually not ever connected or set up to a flue or anything like that. Why would they hide this kind of technology, you ask? Well, remember that when you're looking at your gas bill this winter. I know I will. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
No shit. I think they're fucking us, man.
That's for sure. No lube.
This was good. Finish your dinner. There are 350-pound women on government assistance starving to death. Oh, Sean Hawkins, he's been nipping at me here recently. Good old Sean Hawkins. He's Sergeant Rock.
Yeah.
He calls everybody a coward. He calls Flatzoid a coward, calls me a coward. And I'm like, I pin the link every show. I told you, if you got something, bring it, man. If you got something, bring it. Instead, he just wants to snipe in the chat. Oh, here we go. Look here. That's not Sean Hawkins. That's Snowman. That's
Sean
the Snowman coming from the Great White North. Take off, you hoser.
I don't know. The Great White North seems to be here lately.
Yeah, we got snowed on.
But yeah, Sean, he just wants engagement. He wants you to come to him. He ain't gonna come to you. That's why he calls you a coward. He wants you to come over to his channel so you can bring all your engagement over there because he gets none.
Right. Well, maybe he'd get some subscribers or something if he'd come over here, and put up maybe a logical debate. We get a Glover once or twice here and there.
I don't know. I don't even think the Glovers want to claim him.
No. I think it's his approach. I think all he has is just slamming other people or attempting to. I don't know. He's kind of an odd duck. So what are you into, Snowman? What's going on up there?
Oh, not too much, man. I've just been watching on the sidelines for the most part and trying to keep up. And I seen you guys were talking about some of the old tech and stuff, and I don't know, it's hard to say what went on in the 1800s, and that's so close, in my opinion, that for there to be so much questionable stuff, and then we look at the news today, or what we think we know from trusted sources, whether it's the fucking Vatican or the government, be the same type of state, religion, controlling the information, man. It's
well, that's all they have to do. That's really all they have to do, and that's why I question these insane asylums. No, there was I'm trying to remember who exactly it was. I told you we went to Woodrow Wilson's home, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I
close to
think
that.
it was his mother ended up getting put in the Stanton insane asylum, the mental hospital. And that's another one of those old world fucking mental hospitals, man. I'm not sure it's called North, isn't it? What's it called? Northwestern, I think. And it's got that old Victorian style architecture to the old parts of it. I think they shut it. I heard they'd shut it down, but I think they still have like a small hospital there for rehabs or some kind of shit. I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. This guy, man, I couldn't believe it that what they do. This dude had money, and the slaves that he leased, he had a guy and his wife that they tended to the house, and they had this room that they kept them in. That was their room, and it had a dirt floor, and they had this fucking, like, if you want to call it a mattress, it was about the size of a beanbag chair, and that was for both of them to curl up on and go to sleep. I mean, I thought that was kind of shitty. You know, this guy was supposed to be a minister, but I don't know. Yeah, so's Duffy,
Yeah,
though.
I was watching a movie recently. Everything like fuck. There's no such thing as coincidences, man. You know, I've got written down here, anyways. Interbreeding between species caused men of renown because it's some shit. Sorry, guys, I'm reading it. And then I got the Dogo figurines, which are like these lizard people dudes, and so they're from the Edo period scrolls, whatever that means, and it's like in Japan or whatever. Anyways, it's talking about the same thing about these. Well, it specifically says, I guess, that they were like these lizards or aliens, and the fucking hybrids were not men of renown. That's like a biblical thing, but they were called something else. Yeah, I have Germone written down. I think that's like the tribe or something, like in Japan. Like it was like, I don't know. I didn't research any of it. I just thought it was funny. You guys were talking about the men of renown right away when I queued in here.
Yeah, well, that mentions that in the Bible.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, they got lots of them.
You look in the Greek legends and mythology, the Titans, right? And you know, there's a lot of reference to these giants that were running shit. Even in Egyptian hieroglyphs, we see normal sized people with huge depictions of these pharaohs and whatnot. So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I put a link in the chat there.
Okay.
It's you don't have to watch all of it. You can go to, let me see here, timestamp. I think it's like,
oh, there it goes.
Two something.
Boy, the chat was stuck there for a second. All of a sudden, it just fucking started whipping by.
You can skip ahead to like 240 or something like that. But it's
Okay.
this old orphanage. It's across the river from me. And
Okay.
they're talking about getting rid of it for Section 8 housing. Well, the junior theater that's attached to it, that ain't really a junior theater, but it is they're is where my old church used to be until they moved into their own building. But it's a pretty neat place. There's a lot of history behind it. I want to go over there and put some of it on video before they get rid of it. Hopefully they don't, but I bet they do. And behind it, they turn part of it into a like a what do you call it? Like a youth jail or prison or whatever you want to
I
call
was
it.
gonna say that. I was gonna say detention center. I thought
Yeah,
that's
like a
what you were
detention
thinking.
center. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
So it started at what?
Like 240 something maybe.
Oh, this is just got him and his
like,
family.
Yeah, 240 is probably, or 230.
Yeah, we got the cold. We got about a foot of snow and then just flakes and stuff. But man, we got the cold. Right now it's it's negative 20 something in Gay. So
yeah, it's cold here too. But you ain't got to watch the whole thing, but it's kind of interesting. They're probably going to spew a bunch of BS about it for the most part. But just looking at it's really cool. But so that we're off to the right there is a junior theater. We used to have our church there.
Look at the history in this place. Wow.
This is it, kids.
This is neat.
This is it, kids. This is where you're gonna live now. Bye.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I would pull some shit like that.
So my uncles would have done that.
I would do that just to fuck with my kids. I'd do that to my grandkid. But he just takes me fucking with him in stride. He don't care. He's just like whatever.
They still got like I don't know, like preschools or something there. There was the Christian school, but they're not there anymore. But they still have other people that kind of rent out the spaces.
Yeah.
But it's pretty neat. They got like the fire escapes down the side from where they had. It's really a really interesting place.
I'm gonna have to take a ride back out to a place called Orkney Springs. It's right over just about in West Virginia. And there's this, well, shit, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was a retreat for, I think, Catholics.
Mm-hmm.
But originally it was this hotel. It was built in the 1800s. And it had like all these hot springs. There's all these hot springs that are around it and shit because of all the caverns and shit that we have. But there's these mineral hot springs and shit there. And boy, talk about some interesting architecture. Going all the way back, the guest book in the hotel they still have it. And I was looking at it one time and it was going all the way back to like the 1800s. And it would have Senator so-and-so and guest.
Mm-hmm.
Not his wife, you know. They were taking these broads out there and banging them from DC. Yeah, no shit. A lot of prominent names in that book.
I bet it's like the Epstein book.
Yeah, but hey, they're fucking dead now, right? You know, so too late. You didn't catch me. Nana, ha ha. You know, that's how they do, man.
Yeah.
We're all this. The way they going right now. This is original.
You say this is across the river from you?
Yeah, probably about 15, 20-minute drive.
How far back does this thing go?
It's probably on a couple acres.
No, I mean how long ago?
Oh, years?
Yeah.
I'm not sure exact. I think they'll show it here in a minute.
It looks relatively modern, like 20th century at least.
They've done some updates to it, but it'll show here in a little bit.
That there is
called Soldier Orphan Home.
1865. Oh, wait.
1887.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I actually like the bridge.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This was the administration building and cafeteria.
This right here is the mess hall. Up there, and then you went in there, and that all was the mess hall.
It looks like
when I got older, I was a person that helped around and did beds in these rooms. Some of them had rooms in them.
And what? Set them up or took them apart or cleaned them?
Yeah. These are the cottages.
Can you point out the cottage? These cottages were where you boys slept.
Yeah, this is the boys' side. The girls' side is not even there. I was going to show you the cottage where I was. Yeah, that's the fire escape.
There's the fire escapes and stuff like that.
You'd burn your britches off.
Cottage gate right here.
This was Homer's cottage where he lived. Where he slept.
Go up there and try that thing. I'd be goading somebody to try it.
It's basically like a closed shoe, sort of, in a way.
Be up here. This is where we come out. Then over here was the playground. All this. They put a driveway in here.
There's a parking lot now.
Used to be gravel and monkey bars.
And over here are the molestation tunnel.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, what I crossed in my mind was what's happened to the world, right? Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, that's like the exact metaphor of it all. They got rid of the kids' playground to make a parking lot, you know, like they paved paradise. I don't know that song, but it popped into my head. Yeah, they paved paradise. What's the rest of the line? I forget.
Paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, those
This is
cottages.
really. Oh, sorry.
They're the. I was going to
This
say
is
they're
really.
one of the.
This is. Oh, go for
The
it.
third little pig, man. It's the tough houses. We build them out of straw now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch as much as you want. It's really long. You don't have to.
Where do they get all the kids for this shit? See, that's what you got to wonder.
That's the interesting part right there. And then like back behind kind of where they're at now is over where the junior theater is. Well, so it was kind of cool because we keep all the band equipment and stuff down in the basement. Well, there's like tunnels and stuff down there we couldn't even get to. It's pretty wild back down and under there. But
Oh,
just
wow, they got in. It looks like they got inside the place.
yeah, they come across somebody that lets them in.
Well, they had alarms on them. So
Oh, this is the
It's too
theater.
hot, it'll burn your buns. All right, so he's here opening the cottage for us.
you can smell the oldness.
Oh, that's the best part.
They've
Oh,
pretty
this
much
is awesome.
redone them all inside there.
Up here is the bedroom.
Up here was your bedrooms?
Yeah, upstairs. Want to go back there?
Yeah, can we?
Come on, yeah. They had beds going all the way around the walls, all the way around to the other end. And then in the center, they had beds down 2 rows. There was like 20 beds in here.
Wow.
Fuck, man. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
I mean, it's sort of military style in a way, so yeah.
It is. It sucks ass, man. I would never. That so grateful that
Sleeping
I had
on the
what I
cot
did,
and
you
stuff
know?
like that.
You gotta be grateful. Oh, here's something that drives these fuckers nuts. This right here, they hate this. You mean we're trapped? Are we trapped? Do you feel trapped, Snowman?
A little bit. It's like the Matrix thing, I think, was the concept that still exists in, 3 dimensions. It touches the fucking 4th dimension. But I was thinking the Matrix is just one piece of an idea of what the fuck might be going on here. And, I'm not going to say it's not real or it's a video game because that just sounds stupid. But I'm not a simulationist or no shit. I feel like there is.
I feel like it's already
type of-
been written. It's all happened before. I'm getting more and more fucking deja vu all the time, man.
See, I've lost mine. I've lost a little bit. But once in a blue moon, I still get it. Like over the last 5 years, I mean.
What do you mean by trapped?
Like I tell these fucking globetards, they're whoa, so you mean we're trapped in here? And I'm like, what do you mean trapped in here? This whole world, you haven't even explored this whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still very much a prisoner of your own mind.
I mean, they haven't even begun to explore the oceans, and dude, what's actually down in the Marianas Trench? What's actually all the way down there? Is there a bottom? Who knows?
Real
Maybe
aliens.
it goes to the waters below. I don't know, man. But there's a lot of this fucking world. And what do you mean trapped? Where the fuck would you go? If you think you're gonna go to some little light in the sky and live up there and bounce around and shit, that's Disneyland bullshit, man. You have to have something to contain the air, man. There's no other way.
For just a brief second,
What is it?
Sorry, I didn't know you were starting it. I was
Oh,
just
go
gonna say
ahead.
for a brief second, let's entertain that space is real, right?
Right.
Let's say you go out into space. Wouldn't that speed up the aging process as well? Wouldn't you age a lot faster if all that shit were real? You'd think that it would have an effect, on your body, and stuff like that. But
I don't know, man. They said that what was it? That Mark Kelly and his twin brother.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the one was up there in space and the other one is here on Earth, and the other one was up there for some long ass time. And then when he came back, they said their DNA was different.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
just saying,
NASA.
if they're living in a vacuum for that long, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it more. But to me, like the conditions that you would be in would be much harsher on your body. That hence, aging it quite a bit more. But I don't know for a fact if that's any truth to that or not. But you'd think that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe a weightless environment though would keep, like women's tits wouldn't sag, and dude, of course. Then again, you're not keeping your body toned at all because of the fact that you're not really using your muscles for anything.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So if the ISS is floating around out in space around the Earth, right? And it's going around the Earth because of gravity, how come the fucking people inside are floating around?
Of course, they're running on a treadmill. Can't forget that.
Oh wait, they say that they oh yeah, they always got an answer for everything.
Yeah.
You know, this is like they say, this is what got me. They said, like, I remember years back, they said, oh, we'd have a rotating space station, and it would simulate gravity, and you'd actually walk along the walls, right? In fact, they depicted this in 2001, A Space Odyssey. They actually depicted this type of workings, right? And I'm thinking to myself, wait, if everything's weightless, how could you have any centrifugal force? You know, you just tumble around inside this fucking spinning thing.
Like Stephen Hawking.
It wouldn't be like here on Earth. On Earth, you get inside that cyclone killer or whatever that thing is, you know, at the fair.
Yeah.
And you stick against the wall and the bottom goes down and you're stuck there against the wall. Well, that's because you weigh a certain amount and that's being thrown away from the center of this fucking rotation. But that's all because you have weight. You're with it. So you got to think about what would that be in a weightless environment?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Which is something we can't duplicate. And then, but at the same time, I believe that anything's possible. And that sounds like a childish thing, but I believe we've not gotten close to controlling our environment until we understand gravity. Like the moment I can make my cell phone float in a test tube or whatever, I'm onto something, right? But you know, until like we control the heat, we control the air to an extent. We can, you know, we can create our own environments, but we can't really alter dropity, right?
If
Like,
you think about this, though, think about this, like even a submarine or a diver, or whatever, that's with the right amount of weight. You know, like divers, they have to put belts with weights on them if they're going to go down.
you can store the air in different ways.
It's difficult to get down that far. So you can get it to where you're at a point of kind of like equilibrium in the water, and you are essentially weightless. You see what I'm saying? You are essentially weightless. You're floating above the earth, and you're in the midst of the medium, just like that little diving bell that I showed you. If I squeeze it and just hold it at a certain point, that thing will stay at that level. And if I release the pressure, it goes up. If I increase the pressure, it'll go down.
You know what I found? Sorry, Chicago. I just wanted to say, like, physics is like kind of my thing, even though I'm not really as smart as I think I am. But there's a lot of counterintuitive shit to physics. Like centrifugal force is one of my favorites. Like, so you're spinning. Here's one of the ones that got me started on it. Was you spin a bicycle wheel, could be just a mountain bike front tire, and if I stand and you spin it, it'll try and pull out of my hand a bit. It'll try and go around the corner. Right now, if you stand me on a circular thing like a bar stool that can spin, and you spin the wheel and then hand it to me, if I keep it like this, it will keep spinning me around on the bar stool. If I turn it flat like this, it'll stop. It's something to do with magnetic fields, I think, right? Like, so that's my assumption. That's my leap of faith that it has something to do with the field.
That's why none of that would work in a weightless environment, man. In a weightless environment, there would be what's it orientating? You know, I mean, there's no, you know, they're talking about an area where there's no orientation. You have to have some kind of a frame of reference to your orientation.
We're almost two-dimensional. You think about it, like little lobsters running around the bottom of the arch.
I don't know. You took me way down. I don't know what happened there.
It took you away from what Chicago was talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I was just talking about like a high stress environment. I ain't gonna get on it again. We talked about it already.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that is. You got to figure that you've just got that little thin sheet of metal or whatever that's between you and instant fucking death.
Yeah.
You know, and what happens if you get a leak in the seal? You know,
that's Don Pettit. I don't know.
Yeah, he said they just have really good engineering. That's how. What the fuck? Really?
I read somewhere that the women lose their cycle if they go underground. Like if they don't have exposure to the surface of the earth, like
Dude.
or they don't get exposed to daylight or some shit, like a flower. I think
Well,
it'll fuck with you.
I think that they've done something to women. I think women used to be all synced up with the moon. And this is one of the reasons also that the moon is a feminine. Even in Spanish, it's La Luna. The moon goddess, Diana. It's always it's a feminine entity, whereas the
More than
sun is
just a light. It's more than
masculine.
just a light in the sky, though, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes say that. You know,
El
it's just a light
Sol,
in the sky.
they're
El Sol.
husband and wife, El Sol and La Luna. They're husband and wife. They're male and female. Two polarities.
It's above my pay grade.
Chasing each other around. Making love during an eclipse. Look at there. See, we turned the whole thing into something nice.
This might be the easiest way to prove the firmament is real, not just a belief, but actual science. Most people think the firmament is just a myth from old books. But what if it's real? What if it proves the flat Earth? Let's break it down super simple. There's a layer in our sky called the ozone layer. It's made of something called O3, a type of oxygen. Now, here's the crazy part. O3 freezes solid at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit. And space? It's even colder, around minus 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That means the oxygen way up there could actually be frozen solid like ice. Imagine a clear glass-like shield over us. That could be the firmament. And right below it, there could be liquid oxygen. Maybe even the waters above that ancient texts talk about. It fits. Then guess what happens? When it warms up, the frozen oxygen turns into gas, floats back up, and freezes again. Over and over. A never-ending loop. This creates a natural barrier, a shield, a firmament. Now think about this. What if rainbows aren't just from rain? What if we're seeing reflections off that glass dome above us? That would mean the firmament reflects light, like a giant prism in the sky. The flat Earth model says there's a dome above. This could be it. Ever noticed we never see a rainbow without water in the air? That's because the water shows us the hidden reflection. A rainbow bouncing off the firmament. It's not just light bending. It's a clue to the shape of our world, a clue to the flat Earth. This isn't a coincidence. Nature is attempting to tell us the truth. If this made you think, there are many more where it came from. Hit follow and dive deeper into the firmament, flat Earth, and everything they don't want you to know. This is for entertainment purposes.
Oh, jeez.
Of course. But you know, that is an interesting concept of like an oxygen cycle. Well, it's like there's a water cycle.
Yeah.
You know, of evaporation and condensation. You know, oxygen go up, freeze, thaw, drop back. Makes sense, kind of.
Yeah.
And we this is the thing too, is a very small percentage of the air that we breathe is actually oxygen. Most of what you breathe is nitrogen, but you need that trace amount of oxygen. And this is the thing. That's why I wonder why I don't know why they don't emphasize that more, because pure oxygen really is not good for you. If you're breathing like pure oxygen all the time, no, it's not good for you at all. I mean, every so often, a little burst of it. Yeah, a little burst of it's good. You're like, whoa. In fact, they got these places I saw in Vegas. They were oxygen bars.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this was about 10 years ago. And they had these oxygen bars, and people would go in there and you could get I don't know. I didn't do it because I was like, I don't pay somebody for fucking air unless I'm putting it in my tire, maybe. But
well, it's like water. You know, it's good for you, but too much of it could actually kill you.
Right. And love is like oxygen. Too much.
Yeah.
Not enough.
So,
too much, you get
can I
too
recap?
high.
Because I was listening about
You're
it.
going to die. Hey, that
So,
would make
yeah.
a good song. That would make a good song, wouldn't it? Love
I can hear you over myself rambling.
Yeah.
Have to have AI will have a new song for it here.
Now you made me forget everything I wanted to
Oh,
say. No,
that is a song. That is a song.
Welcome to the club.
You ain't never heard that song, Snowman?
What's that?
Love is like oxygen.
Okay, yeah.
You get too much
Maybe.
and you get too high. Not enough and you're gonna die.
Who is that?
I
Can't say I've
forget
heard it.
who the fuck did that.
Constantly have to write stuff down so I can
Find out.
remember. I'm like a squirrel. But
Let's see.
yeah, so the oxygen is like this, right? So when, like, I've been thinking about this too. When you get oxygen in a scuba tank, I'm completely ignorant. Is that fucking pure oxygen or what? Did they put the nitrogen in there too? Right? You can't, because well, NO2 is nitrous fucking dioxide, which is what the dentist gives you.
So,
Do you follow me at all? Like maybe the nitrogen's not great for us, if you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know. We're not drinking NO2, I know that, but at the same time, like they actually give you pure oxygen in those tanks, so you would be breathing pure oxygen as a scuba diver, right?
Pure
So confused.
oxygen?
no, you're not. It's a mixture. You don't have nitrogen, you'll in your mixture, it'll fuck you up, man. Can't go down
Not
to
to
oxygen.
not to
No.
be confused with nitrous oxide.
Oh, okay, hang on, I got this now. I found it. Let me
But yeah, that blue ice shit they find in Antarctic, they say, or whatever, that's supposed to be like really high oxygen. Like maybe that is like a material, like it's almost like a waterborne material, maybe if that oxygen shit's true about freezing.
all right, hold on. I gotta wait, where am I? Fuck.
Extraterrestrial means extra land. There's places out there, and
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we can show that. All right. Phew. I was having a
Couldn't be in
hell.
the middle.
I found that song. I know once you hear this, I know you're gonna know it.
I'm bad. I barely remember.
Mr. Super got it.
Wait, I gotta move it now. Shit. All right, so wait, let's see.
I wish I could queue up a video I saw of the Hindenburg today too. It was fucking talking about 63 flights and the equivalent of $9,000 to go overseas nowadays. It was $400 a ticket or some shit.
This was
And
a band. This was a band called Sweet.
Sweet. Yeah,
Ever heard that?
Not offhand. I mean, maybe. I'm sure I had to at some point, but it wasn't ringing a bell to me.
Yeah, it was 1978.
Yeah, I'm sure I had to have heard it somewhere, but it just didn't really stick.
The last time anybody heard that was in '78. I'm just kidding.
No, I tell you, I like that.
It was, yeah, Knight Rider-ish.
I don't know. I just like it. It's a groovy. I don't know. It's a cool song.
Okay, so
I
enlighten
definitely,
me.
I
Is it
definitely
like
don't
disco
remember the
period
name.
almost, or coming out of disco period?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but
definitely was not disco. That's no.
It did have a Bee Gees vibe to it, though.
A little bit with the falsetto. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have to say. A little bit. Where was I at? Oh yeah.
There's a strange tone in their voices too. Like I don't know, man. Like, are you into any of that, like blues shit and stuff? Like, I'm not really super jazzy or anything like that, but do you ever, like, I don't know. Yeah, you're the one that puts those songs on. They're like the wrong genre and shit. Those are cool too. When people change it to different genre, sometimes.
I got this song right here. This is a good one. I think you'll like this a little bit.
I ain't going in the bedroom after you shit it. Smell poop. Even if I gotta piss real bad, I'ma wait like 5 or 10 minutes. I ain't going in the bedroom after you shit it. Wanna smell poop. Even if you say the dookie don't stink, I'ma kick it. I ain't going in there after you shit it.
Welcome to my version of If I Saw It, You Have to See It Too. This is funny, Daddy. I told the Jewish kid that he doesn't get Christmas presents because he killed Jesus.
Thank the storm that brought the snow. And thanks to the string of lights that make it glow. But I want to thank you, babe.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Why are we doing this? So what the fuck is this? Who
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I watched the fucking Django. Sorry to put the fucking movie out there, but yeah, we watched
Django.
the D Silent, right? Fuck, that's a wicked movie, man. Quentin
They
Tarantino.
filmed
It's
a
also
lot
a
of
remake.
they filmed some of that in the Alabama
Really?
Hills. They filmed some of that in the Alabama Hills in California, in Lone Pine, California. They've filmed a lot of movies there, man. That place is awesome. I miss it. Oh, here's a Trump's privileged upbringing.
Yeah, his movies are traumatizing. Like I can always say, like I don't forget his movies most of the time.
Let's hear about
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino's a weird motherfucker, man. You know, and word is that he's one of them kitty diddlers too, man.
I have very little doubt that that's true. I
mean,
mean, I don't doubt that that's true.
People are
I'm gonna
saying
take
it
the side.
openly.
I'll
What's
wait till
that?
I was gonna say I'll wait till the files come out.
Yeah,
They've
they're
been out.
Wait till hell freezes over. You won't know nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Okay. But Marjorie Taylor Greene said in a 60 Minutes interview, she said that Trump got mad at her about wanting to get the files out there and get it released. And that he, quote unquote, said that it was going to hurt people.
I hope so.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
You know, whoever's responsible, we want to hurt them in some way. Okay.
Yeah.
So
hopefully physically.
Yeah, no country club deal, 18 months
Yeah.
and some
They're
fucking
all
place.
playing both sides of the fence too. Like I mean, I don't think it's all about blue and red.
Is that little Donnie there as a kid? Look at here. Right there in the blue. Look at him. Little pinstripe suit like a fucking gangster, right?
This is young Donald Trump. He didn't grow up like most of us. His house had 23 rooms, and the family had a household staff. The family chauffeur drove him to his private school in one of his daddy's Cadillacs. And he may never have had to drive himself, or shop for himself, or make a meal for himself, or work a real job because his daddy gave him $403 million. Yet now he's obsessed with people who have come to this country seeking a better life, just like Melania and her parent, and Donald Trump's mother, and his first wife, and his grandparents. So the question is, why is a man who's been given so much so obsessed with hurting, not helping those who weren't born with golden spoons in their mouths? What do you think?
I told you, you see, he had opened that door. So I think it was that garbage truck.
Yeah.
He had no idea how to fucking get that door open. Somebody had to go up there and show him how to work the door, because he's always had the door. I guarantee he's never drove nowhere.
No,
not
at all.
Dude, that guy would be like a candidate for a road rager there. That motherfucker. Could you imagine if Donald Trump did drive?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean,
Man.
Yeah.
Because he's a dick when he's just standing there. You know, I mean, he talks to everybody like a dick.
Yeah. But he's also got people to protect him at all times too, so he can afford, it's like a keyboard warrior basically. He can afford to shoot his mouth off because he knows he ain't gonna pay any consequences.
Yeah, unless the bullet comes from behind.
Well, if it comes from the side, we know it doesn't hit him.
Yeah. Fucking piece of steel.
What? In case you.
Yeah, so the Hindenburg thing I saw, like, you can't trust anything you see anymore. But I got to thinking, man, if airship travel was a fucking thing back then, and this was a long time ago, I think it was like, wasn't it like the 1800s the fucking Hindenburg was doing this thing, or was it like 19 fucking?
It was
1930s.
1930s. I think it was 1936.
Right.
We can look. Oh yeah, I got this fucking cool thing on John Rockefeller, but I don't want to go into that tonight. Shit. We'll go into that another night. I forgot all about it.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tomorrow is Tuesday, absolutely. Something about the fucking CIA getting busted, setting up shit for the cartel, the Jalisco cartel. I mean, dude, this is all the time, all the time. We're gonna blow up little boats that have no hope of ever reaching Florida from where they're at. You're gonna blow those things out of the water. Meanwhile, our Central Intelligence Agency, come on.
Just in case you missed it and you didn't hear what our CIA is up to, check this out.
I'm standing here in Oakton, Virginia, in front of what is said to be the house of Paul Campo, which was raided last Thursday by federal agents following an indictment from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. Campo is alleged to have participated in a $12 million scheme to assist the Jalisco cartel of Mexico acquire fentanyl production capacity, as well as weaponized drones, explosives. And Campo happens to be the former Drug Enforcement Agency Deputy Director for Finance.
God damn it.
So this is a pretty significant bust. But even more significant is the fact that his partner in this alleged scheme, Robert Sensei, is a veteran CIA operative whose involvement in CIA schemes goes all the way back to Reagan's October surprise, who has participated in multi-million-dollar frauds to allegedly, apparently, purchase military-grade helicopters for a certain Middle East country. And so here we are in a white-collar suburb where high crimes are being carried out to assist drug cartels in Mexico. And yet Donald Trump and his administration are killing people in speedboats all the way in Venezuela in a phony drug war, while our chickens are coming home to roost with a CIA asset just last week shooting 2 National Guardsmen, a former CIA asset in a Afghan death squad supporting the United States. So can we really wage a war on drugs when the CIA and DEA at the highest level are directly involved in it? And is it any wonder that the CIA is sometimes referred to as the cocaine import agency? Who's really poisoning our people?
Freeway Rick Ross, anybody?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Why do they even have some of these jobs? Like, he's the assistant to the assistant deputy director of such and such. It's like, like, why are these different levels of the same job? It's just, they just make up these positions to basically put people in and steal more government money from us.
That's all they do. They just fuck us all the time. And then we go, hey, here's some people they promise not to fuck us as hard as them other people are fucking us. I don't get it, man.
Nobody believes
You
shit
gotta wake
anymore.
up from this fucking shit. They really do.
Nobody believes anything anymore. Just like the January 6th pipe bomber that just fell flat on its face. Nobody even, it's like, yeah, this ain't real.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cared.
No.
It's been too long. It's like
5 years. Like, oh, we got the guy who's an autistic black guy in a white neighborhood that builds pipe bombs, and sure, okay, great story, guys. So what are you hiding from us? At this point, no matter what story they come out with, we should just automatically, whoever it is that wants to call themselves the press pool or whatever, just be like, so what are you hiding from us? Whatever story they bring up, just be like, all right, so what's the real story?
Yeah, what's the real story? Usually you got to put that together yourself based on the available evidence.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can only get as much as a educated guess, but a lot of times it's right the fuck in front of you. If you start putting the pieces together, it's right in front of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, they slips by. I ain't got time to think about that shit. Yeah. I know. You better get time to think about it. Put your head on a swivel so you know what the fuck's actually happening around you.
They write a book. They tell you every detail. Like he walked into the room. You know, it was a dark and gloomy night. Like they tell you exactly. Like
It was
there's
a
no
dark
fucking
and stormy night. I used to start every story I wrote in school started that way. And teacher got
and
after me.
yeah. So this Iranian was an Iranian fucking Mossad CIA agent. They say now. Like that's like mainstream fucking. You know what I mean? Like who the fuck was this guy that shot
Right.
those two guys?
See,
Yeah, yeah.
and this is what drove the teacher fucking crazy too. Was because teacher got after me and shit and said you can't just start every story with it was a dark and stormy night. I was like, oh, okay. So I'd like embed it later on in the paragraph. You know,
Okay, she was just making you think.
walked
She was making
softly
you find a
across the
word
room as he
couch.
grabbed his raincoat because it was a dark and stormy night. She was like, "What is it with
Sometimes
you,
though,
dark and stormy nights?"
I think it's like Jason Bourne shit goes on out there once in a while, like you know some MI6 shit. Well, I
Where?
think sometimes when like, well, I was just thinking in my head the crazy hypotheticals. Like, what if these two servicemen tried to pull this guy over? Like maybe you know, and he's like, no, I can't be stopped. He's like the White Rabbit on a mission.
Well, no,
Wouldn't
that
that
wasn't what was going on because look, they don't have any authority to arrest people.
No, I should.
They don't have any law enforcement credentials.
I'd
Just
probably
because
tell
they're
him
in the
so.
fucking National Guard, they don't have any law enforcement credentials. And then if
I was
they are
thinking,
if they're military police, they've only got fucking authority on military property
installations.
or with other military personnel. They can't
we
just
already
go
passed that.
arresting civilians off the street and shit. It's called jurisdiction. So
I think they're still testing the waters. I think we're in like a couple year period here where they're really just going fucking mad with the test because nobody's even.
I think they've put it right in your face. I mean, I've seen it in movies and shit. And if one in particular comes to mind, if you remember Escape from New York, you remember that movie?
Kurt
Okay,
Russell.
that was the United States police force.
Yeah.
They had federalized the police. That might be the step they're going in. But I'm telling you what, I don't think this motherfucker going to last long enough to do any of this dumb shit that they got all planned up. I really don't. I really don't think that this fucking thing's going to last long enough. I think they're going to trip over their own dicks, man. They can't handle it. There's half of fucking Trump's crew is on cocaine, flying high on the riches that daddy's working up through these Bitcoin schemes. And man, I'll tell you what, it's nothing but like a mafia up there. It ain't nothing but a mafia.
But the emperor's naked, right? Like the emperor's naked. Like it's like the veil.
Yeah, you can see him for what he is. Everybody is. Everybody's saying. I mean, come on, that FIFO award or FIFA award or whatever, peace award, the first one ever.
Nobel Peace Prize.
They made up a award so he wouldn't pout because he didn't get the fucking peace award. And here's how you get a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. When somebody like Israel says, "Hey, come on, let's go bomb Iran," you say, "No, and you're not going to either." That's a peaceful thing to do. Okay, you don't surround a sovereign nation, a sovereign country called Venezuela, and then impose a no-fly zone over their country because you're the president of the United States. You're not the king of the fucking world. Okay, I don't care what you call the Gulf of Mexico. It was called that, and Mexico had most of North America on the western side. Well, not even Mexico. Yeah, it was. It was a lot of that. Texas, all that part of Louisiana, all the way up into California. That was all part of Mexico. We took that. We took that shit. And it's pretty much, everything. We conquered it. We did. We didn't just settle it. We conquered it. And that's the way we got to look at it. We're colonizers. And that's a bad thing. You can't be colonizers, man. It's not a good way to do shit. Not at all.
It's because we take over planets as colonizing.
Well, no, you don't want to do that, man. What if it's somebody else's planet?
Exactly.
And you can't go to planets anyways. I'm going to go to my light bulb.
No.
When I hear people say that they're, oh, I want to go to Mars, I was like, oh, I want to go to that light bulb. What are you talking about? It's the same thing you are, man. You're going to try to go to a light in the sky? Why? Because somebody told you it was a ball of dirt? Fuck that.
Because it looks different than the stars. The stars all roll over each other like geometric shapes, right? But the planets have different type of fucking phase to them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that telescope, they don't quite look like that same geometric roll over itself shit.
Yeah, but you know what? You only see them like, they're depicted. The only time anybody ever really sees that is either through one of those computerized fucking telescopes, which those are already programmed in to make shit look a certain way, or what they give you from NASA. I mean, you don't see that clear, crisp, spherical shit like they show you in some of these pictures. Nobody sees that. You can assume that, but all you're seeing is like some kind of a light in the sky. It's got a weird shape. It appears to have a ring around it. But is it a ring around it, or is it just a fucking part of the light show? Who knows? Another thing that you got to look into too is the nature of a telescope. Okay. A telescope uses a series of convex lenses and mirrors.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever been to the fun house where they got those silly mirrors and shit, and you go up to one of those, or one of those ones that you use to back up a convex mirror, and you go up to it and you look at your reflection, it makes your face big.
Widens, yeah.
Right? And it makes it look round because that's the shape of the fucking reflecting surface. So a lot of that, is going to contribute to this idea of it looking spherical. Like I said before, I've shined a light through a magnifying glass, an LED light, and cast it onto the wall, and it looked like a three-dimensional sphere on the wall, and like how these planets or the moon looks. And it looked like it had dimension to it. You could see it as a sphere. But then you realize that it's nothing more than that spot of light through the magnifying glass. It starts to fade out at the edges, giving it that illusion that it has spherosity to it. Now, I'm not saying they don't have spherosity. I don't know what the fuck they are. I know that they're not great big balls of dirt floating around out in a vacuum. I can tell you that. And that's about as far as it can go, because all we can do is just observe it. You can speculate all you want to, but when it comes down to testing, what is it? Now that's out the question. Now that's when they have to go to Narnia land and say, yeah, but we sent magic garbage cans that went there and took shovelfuls of dirt and tested it, and they got a dune buggy up there and shit. And I'm like, yeah, have you not seen the one where they had it roving around and there was a fly landed on the fucking thing? Come on, man. We know they're full of shit. When I was going through all those videos, right? How many did I end up with? Hold on.
You said like 500 or something.
Yeah, let me take a look right here. I got FE vids. Yeah, 470. 470. And there's a few more still over in the download thing that I haven't even converted over here to this yet. But I mean, I have everything. Rockets hitting the dome, rocket propulsion in a vacuum, rocket sled. Got the one with being interviewed about the fucking moon landing and how they're trying to look at each other to see if they get the right answer and shit. I mean, it's everything on here. It's like the giant's head in space.
I think that's one of the most impressive videos to me is that one where they're being interviewed. They look so out of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's they just got I don't know. You'd figure they'd be fucking geeked out. Dude, we were on the moon and we made it back. We're alive. We actually did that shit, You'd be fucking geeked, right? They're like, oh, yeah, we got to sit here and talk to these people. And that wasn't directly after it. That was a little while after, but still there was no enthusiasm whatsoever. Maybe that was, I don't know. That's probably why Buzz is a drunk,
You know what video you don't have? The one where they went there again. And we're in 2025.
Well, they made what? There was 4 missions that they made, and by the time Apollo 13, which is the one that they couldn't land, they had to make some kind of a MacGyver rig for their air
Yeah.
or some shit like that. Tom Hanks movie, all that. I remember, yeah, that one nobody give a fuck.
Houston, we have a problem.
You know, yeah, and then I think there was one after that or something, supposedly, and is that Jim Lovell?
I mean, since the last time they supposedly went is when I was
Yeah,
getting at, but yeah.
I think the last time they went was like 1970. I don't know, maybe I'm wanting to say 72 or 74.
Yeah.
Nobody was giving a shit no more. I remember the moon buggy though. I remember I was into that. I thought that was pretty cool. And you could get one if you got Tang instant breakfast drink, right? You
Yeah.
got one free with it. It was I remember because they were cellophaned onto the outside of the jar.
Yeah.
And boy, I wanted to get one of that. My mama wouldn't buy Tang. I said, but Neil Armstrong drinks it. And she says, I don't give a fuck if Jesus Christ drinks it. She says, that ain't nothing but chemicals and shit. And I was like, okay.
My grandma loved that stuff.
I looked at it then, there again, there's a thing of something happening and it's for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And as a kid, I looked at that like, oh, that's mean. She won't let me have that. But now I look back at it and I was like, I'm glad she didn't let me have that. That fucking shit's garbage,
What was it? There's a bunch of other bull crap too, like that, like freeze dried stuff that they came out with.
Oh yeah.
I
remember ice cream. You ever
yeah, Dippin' Dots. There we go.
Freeze
Well,
dried
not just
ice cream.
that, but yeah, just I don't know. It was kind of a craze back then for a while. Like you can get freeze dried this and freeze dried. The astronauts use that up in space. It's like, yeah, sure they do.
Sure they do. How come you never see them sending up regular fucking shuttles of food and shit? Look, they can only go with so much weight to begin with, right? There's no grocery store up there. We know that. So shouldn't there be like regular scheduled flights of a shuttle or something that's going up there and delivering some food?
Especially for the ones that get stuck in space for like these last ones. They got stuck up there for how long? And it's like
Mel B was stuck up there, wasn't she? Wasn't
I'm
that
not
Mel
talking
B?
about Blue Origin. But anyway, those astronauts that got stuck in space supposedly, it's like, they didn't, you'd think they accounted to supposedly be up there that long, and
Talking
you
about
have
that,
to figure,
that nose woman.
Yeah. You have to figure that, like you were saying, they got weight limits and all that. They only took a certain amount. And it's like, there's probably, if we're basing this on reality that it actually happened, they're only going to have so much for what they already had on there to begin with. So you're going to have to really ration it out if any of this is really real. But like you're saying, how come they didn't take more supplies up later on?
Did I see Lisa Marie Tattersall?
She was here. I haven't been paying attention, but she was here in the beginning.
If you're still here, Lisa, I'm going to stop by tomorrow after I get off work. I probably get off early, but it'll be sometime somewhere between noon and 3, probably. So beware.
But once again, what do we always have to do with all this stuff? We got to make up hypothetical situations to make it even,
Well, the biggest thing with a lot of this is that you gotta unlearn the dumb shit you've already been taught. All the dumb shit that you thought you learned, all the useless bullshit that they give you, and start new. Do I really believe this? This is why, like I know a lot about history in what we've been told.
Yeah.
But then you look at it and I have to go, so do I know this to be a fact? No, I only know this through, certain works that I was able to verify it through. Or how do I know those weren't fabricated? So I just say it goes on. You have a lot of trust in it and logic, because I've come up with my own thoughts. Like Jewel Early, I think General Ewell. I think General Ewell, the Confederate general, I think he had petit mal epilepsy, man.
Which is what?
What that is how most of the time epileptics, of the grand mal seizures, right?
Yeah.
That's where they just really go into.
Oh, so it's just like a lower level.
Petit mal is kind of like they just kind of go still.
Okay.
and they'll stare. And like my cousin has that, and he'll just like, you'll see him just kind of go with his mouth every so often, you know. And unresponsive, completely unresponsive. And there were a few instances where he had the advantage on the battlefield, but he hesitated. Nobody could talk to him. He wouldn't answer him. He would just stand there. And it happened at Gettysburg at a crucial time when they could have took the little round top before it got reinforced. And I think it was induced by the strobe of musket fire and cannon fire. That strobe effect can induce an epileptic seizure.
Yeah.
Have that. And I wonder, because it happened again right up here at Cedar Creek. Yeah. It was kind of crazy too, that one, because that was late in the war. Union Army was pretty well supplied. Confederate Army was eating fucking hardtack and whatever and water. And they surprised the Union Army early in the morning, and they sent them on a route. You know, they ran out of camp. So they stopped the attack because all the soldiers stopped to eat the fucking breakfast that was cooked. They stayed there to eat the breakfast and shit. I remember that's a pretty interesting detail. Anyway.
They do a reenactment here in the summertime. I don't know which one it is. I don't pay attention to it, but I guess I'll have to one of these days.
Yeah, there's a few of the Western theater wars battles that I'm not really all that familiar with
right now.
You know, it's but this is really interesting right here. I thought
use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
The system wasn't built for you to win. You went to school to memorize facts you never use. You were trained to raise your hand, wait your turn, and follow instructions. Yeah. Then they told you, get a job, work 40 hours a week, give half of it to tax, retire at 67 if you're lucky. That's not a life. That's a script.
Yep.
And most people don't question it because they're too tired from living it. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's when you realize freedom was never going to be handed to you. You have to build it. And that's why I teach digital products, because ownership is the only way out. No boss, no begging, no clocking. You move different when you know the system was never designed to serve you. It was designed to use you. Break the script or stay stuck in it. Built for you to.
What do you think about that, bro?
No, I'm stuck in my own loops too. I just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then, you know, that's the definition of insanity. But at the same time, like, you know, if you don't keep trying to get your better score or get the best score, then, you know, like if you look at it from a video game perspective, you're always trying to get past level 3. You don't give up when you can't get past level 3. You play it until you know, or you give up eventually. I don't know. You know, it's a bad analogy, but some video games are like impossible. They're just like, I don't get it.
You want to see God? You want to see God's chosen people?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that coming across my
check this out. So this guy was filming a synagogue, and I guess kind of like a First Amendment. I just ran across this earlier before the show, and I guess sort of like how those First Amendment auditors, you know, how they go and they'll just film a place, and then people, you know, they'll come up and go, "What are you filming for?" "I don't want to be on camera." And they'll come right up to the camera and go, "I don't want to be on camera," right? Well, this is one of those, and this guy's like filming a synagogue. So I thought this, you might find this interesting.
Are you willing to tell me the nature of the AI thing that you're doing?
The nature? I don't even know the answer to that question.
Oh, you said you're taking a film for it.
Yeah, but the nature of it?
Yeah.
Just recognition. We're on camera everywhere, so I go and film everybody doing everything.
And who's the we in this?
I can't tell you who I film for.
Oh, you're filming me, but you can't tell me anything about what you're doing.
That's right.
That seems completely reasonable.
It does. How does it not? Do you need to know everybody's business that walks up and down the sidewalk, right?
My image.
Well, wait, hang on. Just so you know, like even on these lamp poles here, you'll find some cameras. Do you need to know who's behind those? Or everybody's dash camera? It's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong. I just don't feel like explaining it to everybody. It really eats into my day. Well, hold on, I can't hear you, man. Sorry, what?
Walk by some private house, and there's a door camera.
Yeah.
It's for their security. I know it's for their security.
Well, this is also...
a store, and there's a door there, and there's a camera there. I know it's for security to stop them from shoplifting or whatever. I don't know where you're from.
Are you a known shoplifter? I'm totally joking. This.
Hang on, there's a part 2.
But what I'm doing, sir, I'm out here also for my security. But what I'm doing, sir, I'm out here collecting photographs and video in public on a beautiful Saturday morning. And what I do it for is actually nobody's real concern. It's nobody's business, right?
It could be if you use those AI images for
my OnlyFans page. If I put it on my OnlyFans page, I would see that you might have it.
Take images of me and other people that with AI. I was endorsing things that we don't endorse and saying things.
Oh, and I don't have to do that. I can use it for anything, right? As long as I'm not inside your home or peeking through your. Actually, here's something.
You know what? I'm not disputing whether or not you're allowed to take the image when I am. I'm saying that it won't tell me what
I did. It's an AI software, and even that
software that's like,
it may or may not be the truth, right? You don't know if I'm telling you the truth.
So you're doing that you lied to me.
I might have. I'm not going to admit to that. Come on now. What?
What is this for?
Oh, I can't tell you what it's for. I'm just filming, though. I'm going to film everybody that comes and goes here.
I'm a president of the synagogue. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, you're the president?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, facial recognition software, my man.
Okay, is there something going on here?
Nope. Well, except for the creation of a facial recognition software. You have a good one. Yeah, that was quick.
Actually,
I was going to do
I need
silent.
that in my life, right? Like,
It just so happens that I did not. Oh, he's even opening just right now. And we're gonna.
Do you think there's tunnels under that? There might be. Hang on.
Or 6 parts.
Yeah, it's 6 parts. Hang on.
Who are you? Get out of here.
No.
I'm standing here.
You can stand there all you want.
Okay.
Just don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
That's the only rule I have is you do not touch me.
What's touching you? It's your Sabbath. Go away.
This is my photography day, so go away. Why is your Sabbath more important than my photography?
Because you're coming and doing stuff that we don't want you to do.
Oh, really? So you're doing something I don't want you to do. Is that okay by you?
Yeah.
It is.
It
Okay.
is, yeah.
So then it's okay that I'm here filming too. Fuck you too. That's not a really good way to be speaking on your Sabbath, is it, sir?
Shit. Get the hell out.
I know you don't give a shit.
Get out of here.
You're a terrible person.
Get another 20 people and come beat the hell out of you.
Oh, really?
Get out of here.
Yeah, you want to threaten me? Go ahead. Get 20 more people and come out here and try and see what you can fucking do to me, you dink. And get out of my face. Don't come any closer to me after that threat. I'm going to be defending myself.
Don't worry. No one's hurting you. Who are you?
Fuck you. You want to threaten me, dude?
I take back our threat, you. I'm sorry I said that. I should not have said that.
If you ever do that again, I'm going to call the cops and I'll have you put in jail. I don't care if it's your Sabbath. It's my photography day. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your Sabbath.
It's our day of holiness. You have to leave.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
No, I don't. I mean, sorry.
We're not interested in what, and we're not.
That's that dude whose face melted in the Indiana Jones movie, isn't it?
Kind of looks like him.
Not interested in this. You can't do this today.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you
And I'm
can't.
going to. I'm
Why
going to
should you?
continue to do this today.
Who are you?
None of your business.
Are you with the government?
Why would I be with the government?
I don't know, because you have a Canada patch.
Is that just
I don't
just
know.
the
I'm
government?
asking. I don't know. I'm asking.
So if I see an Israeli flag, I'm like, are you with the IDF?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Like, come on, man.
I'm asking.
No, I'm not with the government.
You're a private
I'm a
citizen?
patriotic person.
You're a private citizen?
Well, I can't even get into that.
Are you private?
I don't work with the government.
Fine. So then get out of here.
No,
We want you gone.
I don't care.
We'll call the police and say you're infringing on our you're disturbing us.
Oh, and then tell them you're disturbing me.
You're the one on the corner. Why are you coming here?
No, I'm
Go
standing
over
right here in front of your
Go
place.
across the street then.
No,
Go
absolutely
across
not.
the street.
No. And keep
You
waving your
private?
hand in my face, dude. Don't
can
do
wave
that.
my hand
Back
all I
up.
want. I can
Back
wave
up.
it.
Stay the
I
fuck
can-
away from me.
Don't swear at me. I didn't swear at you. Don't swear
I
at
don't
me.
care. You're a fucking idiot inside dead.
Go away.
No.
Go away.
Not a chance.
Should I take your phone and call the cops?
You want to try and take my phone from me? I will kick the fuck out of you if you try to touch me, dude.
Screw you.
Yeah?
Get out of here. Go away. This is
No.
private property.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it
This
is.
is a fucking public street.
You're on a public street, but this is private property.
I don't care.
We do.
Why do you?
Because it's our rights.
Yeah?
Yeah, your right
You don't
doesn't
think this is
infringe
my
over
right?
ours.
Neither does yours.
I said ours. The public.
Your
the
rights
people,
don't infringe upon mine.
They don't infringe on us. Go away.
Do not touch me again.
Go away.
Don't touch me again.
Go away.
Fuck. This guy's getting bent. Oh wait, what's this? Hold on. Yeah,
Sabbath, it's our right. It's our day.
No, you don't. You left us hanging. Oh, there's 6. We need 5.
Yep.
Oh, one more. Is it up?
Hang on, hang on.
I thought it was the top one. There you go.
God bless.
I think it was above 6. Right there. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Hit, touch me again.
Go away.
Fuck you.
Go away.
Do not touch me again.
Go away. You fucking asshole.
Get off of me. Seriously, dude. Let go. I'm gonna start fucking hitting you. Let go. Let go. Get out. Get away. Get out. Get out of here. No.
Guys, he's infringing on our rights. No, let him get out of here.
He's not infringing.
Yes, he is. He's taking pictures of us in public.
Show him.
It's not right.
Neither is you attacking me on the street.
That's true.
Get out of here.
No. Try it again.
Just don't get involved with it.
Get out of here.
Like this here. I'm just want to share with you.
So you guys leave him alone. So you know who the unstable guy is?
You know, the problem is, sir, we don't know if you're for good or for bad or what.
I don't know if you are either. He's got my tooth. You'll get my tooth back from that guy.
You know, when you I know, but when you
Get my
Get his what? His tooth?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Is that what he said?
It's a Canadian thing.
He
Yeah.
stole something from.
It's Canadians, man.
You got
That's
a
one of your brethren right there, brother.
I know. I saw the flag.
You ever been to this place?
Oh, they won't let me within fucking 200 miles of that place.
That's where Snowman gets his bread at.
That's
He's
where
got a steak dog for 100K, bro.
His kosher matzah soup.
Hat back. Get my hat back or I'm calling the cops. He stole something from me.
Yeah, no.
What's very clear is you're making people nervous.
I don't give a shit. Why would I?
don't give a shit. And we'll call someone that'll make you give a shit.
Yeah? Keep threatening me, you motherfucker. Get my hat back. Fucking beautiful religion, eh? Are all Jewish people this fucking nasty?
When they get triggered.
Oh, when they get triggered?
Unfortunately, when you make people very nervous and scared. You understand that in Toronto right now people are scared.
I don't give a fuck.
So you-
Stop being a chicken shit then. Of a camera? Of a camera. You guys are scared of a camera?
Because we don't know what you're giving the reports of.
Is that scary? Do you know what every camera is recording you for?
No, but do you understand that you're making people very nervous?
Do you understand that your guy just assaulted me?
I do.
Yeah?
I'll speak to you.
It's because they're always liable to be doing something fucking wrong. That's why they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you better.
On the inside of, like, the
And if
government
one,
I don't like being watched all the time or anything like that. But I ain't gonna go flipping out of my fucking head at some guy because he's got a camera. It's like, I'm getting photographed everywhere I go, anyways.
Yeah, I just shake my head and walk the other way usually.
See, this is it though. I know that to the extent of your law though, as well. I'm pretty sure, like filming one house, like if he was standing in front of your house and you're like, like quarter acre lots or whatever, you guys are all like suburban hell, and he's standing in front of your sidewalk filming towards your house. I don't know. I think at some point you could fucking like make a complaint, like, you know, even through your system.
He's on
right?
public property is the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if he's standing at 325 Eastview every fucking morning doing his walk and talk, I don't know.
Well, it don't
Yeah.
matter if you're on the public sidewalk. That's not their property.
Suspicious ain't a fucking crime, is it?
That's right.
Touches me, I'm gonna hurt him really bad. I'm here taking videos. I have a right to do this.
He's making threats.
Yeah, then
now,
why
though.
wouldn't you talk to him about it? And your other guys too.
That's why I said
Then leave me alone.
That's why I said them.
I'm gonna be here.
But you're getting them nervous.
I don't care.
The proper thing would be is to understand that you're disturbing the peace. You're bothering people.
I'm disturbing the peace. You know that guy came out and assaulted me. You think I'm disturbing the peace?
I'm not saying what he did was right at all. What he did was absolutely wrong and it's unjustified.
And I have it on. Yeah, he wrecked some of my gear too.
Okay, I'll speak to him, of course. What I'm saying is, you're getting people nervous. You know.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't give a shit. I have a job to do. Why is it unfortunate?
It's unfortunate.
So because you're scared my rights go away? Learn to control your feelings. You're grown men.
Right.
I'm right now controlling my feelings, and unfortunately, the person that assaulted you, you know,
couldn't.
He lost himself. Clearly.
He can't control his feelings.
Clearly, he lost himself. But I think the proper thing would be is to respect others and to find some.
Don't you? I agree with you. He should have respected my right to do this.
And he'll be spoken to, and he will. And now you should also.
Now I'm not leaving. Nope, not anymore. You know, it's Jesus Christ, dude. Assaulting a guy on the sidewalk in front of your church. In front of your own church. How cool is that? I'm staying here until you guys come back out. We'll have a talk with that moron again. And next time, hide your code better. Holy shit, guys. Unbelievable.
Man, that looked like a gaggle of them coming up the street, too. They have like a little networks and shit. That's
So I
crazy.
noticed that in the government buildings when they do their audits and shit, the staff members are always like play the like victim and shit, and I'm like, man, you're just literally a fucking intro desk or front desk or whatever. Like you're, you know, and the fucking camera is not like a lethal weapon. Like what the fuck? Like I'm trying to think of like how horrible it is that threatened by a camera, but then instinctively the desk clerk knows that the one that signs her check is nervous about being in there. And I think there's this whole spread fear of the light, you know, for a lot of the like, and of course there's lots of darkness in these buildings and shit. You don't think the janitor knows he's fucking cleaning Satan's washroom when he's in there doing the, you know, government washrooms, right? Like he knows that he's getting paid better than every other janitor. He's just gonna keep his fucking mouth shut. I think people are a lot easier bought off than I ever thought. Like, you know, I think fear of not having a house is, you know, more powerful motivation.
Look at how that went down in the movie They Live. Okay. At the very beginning there, when he's living in that encampment, there's these people sitting there watching a TV that's sitting on a crate, right? And that's where this message comes beamed in, right? And the guy that gets pissed off, he's like this hobo dude, and he's sitting in a chair. You know, he's part of this homeless encampment. Later on in the movie, you see when they beam to that place where all the elites and the fucking aliens are, you know, the humans that sold out are there. He's wearing a suit and he's all slicked up and shit, and he sold out, and they gave him, you know, wealth and fortune. And it's sort of like along that same lines. Everybody's got their selling price. That's why, first off, they fund the most corruptible and corrupt fucking people they can find, people that can be easily blackmailed, right? And they run them on both sides of the aisle. So it doesn't matter what you do out here. They're ultimately going to have the fucking say on who does what. You dig? Because they can't represent you if your interest goes against the people that have the blackmail material on them, what they want, what they want to go. See, that they may be in opposition of it, and they're going to win out because you don't want to have your whole life ruined in reputation. You don't want to give up your position of power. You know, you just go the other way and everything goes smooth for you. You keep making big bucks and everything else. You smile and be on TV and talk on Fox and Friends and shit. You know, you know, that's what they do. They're saying, this Daniel's 10-horn prophecy is unfolding. I thought this was kind of cool. Check this out.
The Board of Peace is a board like no other. It will have the heads of major countries. I hope Your Highness will be on the board. You'll accept, I hope. But the Board of Peace will be something that's never even been thought of before. And it's covering Gaza, but it'll end up covering large portions of the world. There will never be a board like the board that we're going to be announcing. What's taking place in the Middle East is a miracle. They're just calling it a miracle, and we're going to make it a miracle, and we're very close to doing that.
Trump is unveiling something around December 15th called the Board of Peace. It's said to have 10 to 12 global leaders on the board. If you know Bible prophecy, this should shake you. If it ends up being 10 members on the board, I believe Daniel called this 2,500 years ago. Daniel saw a final world system rising with 10 horns, 10 leaders, 10 rulers, all united under one global authority. Revelation 17 says those 10 kings are given authority for 1 hour, and then they give their power to the beast. 10 leaders, one agenda. If it ends up being 12 members, well, that number's not random either. In the Bible, the number 12 represented God's government. 12 tribes, 12 disciples, 12 foundations of the New Jerusalem. And the thing about it is Satan doesn't create, he counterfeits. A global technocratic 12 pretending to bring peace, while Revelation 6 describes a false peace that will fool the world. The world wants peace without the Prince of Peace, and the Bible says that's exactly how the end starts. Watch the numbers, watch the structures, watch the Bible unfold. God's clock is ticking.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Fuck up. Hold on a second.
It's funny you played that. I'm no expert
Yeah,
on it.
it's not over.
Oh, my bad.
It's not over. I my finger hit the button. Hang on.
Oh boy, this might be a little alarming, guys. So y'all know the 10 kings from Daniel who will have power over the earth, and this will be the whole beast system and things like that. Oh my gosh. Donald Trump is going to announce the phase 2 of the Gaza peace deal, and he's putting together a board of peace that will happen before Christmas or by Christmas of this year, where there will be approximately 10 heads of this board. Why the number 10? Why the number 10? Is it directly correlated to the book of Daniel? And we're talking about peace here. Oh my gosh, where are we headed, guys? If this is real, if this is true, then we know exactly where we stand, and we know that T could be the Aunt T. This is blowing my mind, because why is everything so symbolic? Like, or are they just playing our faces? Has he read the Bible? Is he trying to mimic? I don't get it, because it's just playing right into the hands of the end times. What do you mean you're appointing approximately 10 people on the board for the Board of Peace for the Middle East? Yikes. Oh my boy. Oh my boy. Where are we going, y'all? Where are we going?
What the fuck, right? What do you think about that?
Is that such a bad thing? So I don't, I'm no expert on it, but isn't the 10 kings, the 10 kings thing too, they kind of form a one world government with the Pope? If I'm correct, I could be wrong. People can correct me if they want. But isn't that where God comes back then to get rid of those people? Comes back, that's where they talk about God coming back to save us. In that same prophecy.
And it's been speculated. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about Revelation, is that there's so many different interpretations you can make out of it, I mean, within a limited scope.
Yeah. I suppose it depends on what religion you believe into and all that, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, speaking of which, here's some shit, man. The Bible, here's the thing that's happening. Supposedly Matthew 17:21 has been removed from the Bible in newer editions. And I'm wondering if that's real or not. I don't have mine close by. Otherwise I would look. Anyway, people at home can look. Let's see if that's real. People at home can look. People at home can participate in my show. See, that's what we're doing here. So see if this is true with your Bibles at home. If you have a newer one, Because when I watch this, from what I gather from what she's saying, it's in the newer Bibles. It's been removed, but it's still present in older Bibles. So Matthew 17:21, I think.
There's a creator on here that made a video about her Bibles. She had a few sitting in front of her. And she said that she went down a rabbit hole and noticed that some of her Bibles didn't have a verse in it. I have 3 Bibles sitting in front of me right now, and they're all page marked, okay? The verse that she's referring to is Matthew 17:21. And the verse actually says in so many words that in order for you to heal yourself, now this is Jesus saying this, okay? Fasting and prayer. That's what the Bible verse says. It's Matthew 17:21. So I go through the 3 Bibles that I have. One is very old, 2 are slightly newer. Okay, this is the NIV. This is the newest Bible that I have. Okay, so we got Matthew 17. Let's pan over. Okay, 20. And would you look at that? Skips to 22. It doesn't even have a 21. See, it says 21. There's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. It's in parentheses. Okay, that's the newest one. Okay, this is Holy Bible, another NIV. This one's older though. This is the one where it's in red. If you don't know, red is when Jesus speaks. Okay, so we're in Matthew. Let's go down to 17. Okay, it starts healing a boy with a demon. You go down, it's 20. Would you look at that? Skips to 22. Okay, this is the oldest one I have. This is a KIV. Okay, here we are. I know it's small. This one has it. Matthew 17:21. Howbeit, this kind of goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. Do you know how important that is? It's this small line. Think about what that verse is telling you. In order to heal diseases, you need to pray and fast. And why out of the 2 Bibles is it not there? Go grab your Bibles right now. Go grab them and look and see if it's in there. I want answers. This is what hindered me years and years ago from reading the Bible, because it worried me that I would be reading something that was false. If people knew that, do you think there'd be as many sick people in the world? This makes me so angry. Now, I only grabbed the 3 that I had in my room. I have other Bibles in my basement. I'm going to go grab them and I'm going to make another video.
I'm gonna look right now. I got a couple I can get over
What's
here.
the verse? I got one right over here. I suppose I can grab it.
Matthew 17:21.
17:21.
Let's see.
One of the Bibles I got anyway. What about you, Snowman? You got one on hand? You looking one up online?
You know, it's so random. Just people like came up to me and like prayed for me one day, and then I ended up getting in a fight with the bouncer for no reason. And I wasn't even there at the bar. I was just buying pizza. And then people were like backing me up and shit, like before and after. We were like, oh, he wasn't even talking nice, and it still happened, right? Everybody's like, because I was just right place at the right time. Anyway, he didn't want me there, and I was like, well, that's unfortunate for you. So I'm at the pizza store. I'm not here to see you. And yeah, he pushed the issue. Nothing happened of it though. So anyways, I've got this Bible from this person, and it's got the whatever NJV, and then it's got like Old Testament shit that I haven't even heard of probably.
Mm.
All right, almost there. Let's see. 17 what? Oh wait, that's
21 you said, right?
17, 21, yeah. I'm looking. God, these pages are so fun.
I know. That, and I got markers on that keeps flipping it back.
I think I've smoked a joint in fucking Bible paper before.
What the
That's
hell is
sacrilegious. Like, am I going to hell for that? I was watching This Is the End because I remember you guys were talking about it, and it came across my shit, so I watched the movie.
Find out when you get there.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
those guys
All over the place. This ain't no good. Okay, let me see here. All right, so I got this one. Oh man, this one's red letter too. Okay, Matthew. Cool, this one's red letter. Matthew
I don't know why this one's so hard. It's a Catholic Bible.
17.
I'm so ignorant. I'm over here trying to find it in the Old Testament.
No, oh yeah, wait. Yeah, it goes right from 20 to 22, even in this red letter.
Here we go.
Okay, so it goes right out of that. And this one is from, how far back they been doing this, man? Gotta be a date in this thing somewhere.
Yeah, this one is too, 17 to 21. Well, it has 18, 19, and 20 in the middle of it.
Let's see. Yeah, this is. You can't find a fucking date on it. Oh, okay. So this was 1980. No, copyright 2001.
The old law and the new. Is that where you're at?
This one right here. This is the.
No, I mean Matthew 17 through 21.
It wasn't in here. And this is a red letter.
Oh, this one has it.
2001. It has 17, 21.
17 through 21, yeah. The old law and the new.
No, 17, verse 21. Matthew 17.
Chapter 17?
Yeah, chapter 17.
Okay.
Verse 21. So let's see. This one we already determined, right? This is the New International Version, the NIV. Let's see. This is an old one. Oh, this is an old one, leather bound with a zipper. I forgot about that.
She circled Matthew 16.
Yeah, this one has 17 through 21.
Wow.
Jesus transfigured. And then 18 is against ambition. 19 is just 19. 20 is the parable of the laborers in the vineyard. And 21 is the triumphal entry into Jerusalem.
Okay, this one it's in. This one I've got it. And it's a red letter. So Matthew 17:21 says, "Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and by fasting." So this one's got it, and I don't know what's the date on this one. It's crazy that they would remove it from any of them. Why? That would be, oh my goodness. This one here is printed in Belgium. Iowa Falls published it.
Are we looking at 1721?
Chapter 17, verse 21.
Yeah.
Anyway, we found that to be true, at least with these array of Bibles that it's missing out of the one, but not out of the other. So that's interesting. The older one has it. The one that's in the leather bound with the zipper.
It's short. I'll read it on this one. It says, "Now while they were together in Galilee, Jesus said to them, the Son of Man is to be betrayed into the hands of men." That's that verse.
17:21.
Yeah.
Chapter 17, verse 21.
Yep. The second prediction of the Passion.
Matthew.
Yeah.
That ain't even what.
I'm in a Catholic. This is a Catholic Bible.
Oh.
I've got different versions. I could go to get a different one. I'm just saying it's in this one is all.
I'm in the KGB, and mine skips from 20 to. Yeah.
Did anybody happen to catch Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
On Piers Morgan?
Oh, I didn't see that, but I know he's a little.
Oh, bro, I watched that fucking show. I watched that. And Piers was really trying to be brutal. Nick was handling it really well, man. He was handling it really well. Now, I'm not in 100% agreement with, a lot of his shit. And I think he says a lot of that shit just to rub people the wrong fucking way. But Piers, I hate Piers Morgan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of either one of those guys, actually. But yeah.
So this is pretty crazy. You won't care because they're punching on each other. I think it's pretty good. It lasts just a minute or two. Nick Fuentes on Jews' roles in open borders and white genocide. And he said more people agree with me than you. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if it was on Piers Morgan. I guess it's all right. Fuck it.
Bank of America.
And you shouldn't
I'm
have
banned from
been.
processing credit cards.
And you shouldn't have been.
But I am. So don't tell me I'm doing it for money.
Well, ask me my opinion about that. I'll tell you shouldn't have been. Right? I don't agree with that. What happened to
Then
you?
don't say I'm doing it for money, because you know that full well, and you say it's a
How
grift.
much money? How much
if I
money
wanted
are
to be
you?
a grifter, I'd be like you,
How
and
much
I would
money
go
are,
and say,
how much money are you making?
I'm making a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm the #1 live streamer in America, because people agree with me more than they agree with you. We're tired of hearing about slavery and the Holocaust and Jim Crow. We're done hearing about that. You guys
I'm not
overplayed your
done
hand.
hearing about that.
Okay, well, your generation's on the way out, and Generation Z is coming up, and we're finished with that. We're ready to take our country back.
I've got three
we're
sons.
not listening
I've
to
got
crying
three
minorities
sons.
anymore.
I've got 3 sons, and they don't share your views about
Yeah, well.
slavery and about the Holocaust. They can have decency and compassion and humanity about some of the worst things that have happened in the last 150 years or more.
Sound like girls.
They can do that, and they can also have concerned views about issues like immigration and other issues. The two things are not mutually incompatible. You can have different views about different things. It's your lack of humanity and compassion for people about things like the Holocaust, about slavery. It's that people find so contemptible. And I don't understand why you need to do that. Again, I just ask you, is your motivation financial? Is your motivation for fun? What is the motivation for saying these outlandish things, which you don't need to say, and which I suspect, I don't know, I suspect a lot of it is performative. So what is the motivation?
I'm an iconoclast. The Holocaust is not my religion, and it is treated like a religion. It is treated like a religion with dogma, with blasphemy laws, and that secular religion says, and you say that's a crock of shit. It's intentional. It's called The Open Society by Karl Popper. It's by these architects of the liberal order after World War II. They got together and they said, how can we make sure that Hitler never happens? How can we make sure that totalitarianism never happens again? And they came up with the consensus, which is that we need to take down nations, religions, fathers, the authoritarian personality. We need to be empathetic and altruistic. We need to be diverse and pluralistic. And that experiment isn't working. And I'll tell you the truth. Right now, and you can laugh at this, you can scoff at this, our people are being genocided in our country. 50% of the live births in the United Kingdom and in the United States are non-white. In 100 years, my ancestors, your kids who are so empathetic and compassionate, they're going to be a minority. They're going to be a minority in maybe a Muslim country, an Indian country, an Hispanic country. And these Jewish people that are 100 years old talking about my grandparents and the Holocaust, they don't care about that. Actually, they like to see it. At the SPLC, they're literally counting down the days until whites are a minority in America. So forgive me if I don't believe them when they talk about compassion. There's a genocide going on right now. It's not against the Jews.
How many Christians are there?
In Gaza, it's against
How many
whites.
Christians are there in the world? Like me and
1
you.
point some billion,
Yeah,
2 billion.
How
I don't know.
many Jews are there?
15 million.
Okay. So with a straight face, you're going to tell me the world is being overrun by the Jewry, by 15 million people, when there are over 1 billion Christians. There is a genocide of Christians like poor old Nick Fuentes going on at the hands of these 15 million Jews. Really?
See, this attitude is why you're losing. When you say
Who am I
poor
losing
old
to?
white people,
Who
these
am I
poor
losing
old
to?
white people.
Who am I losing to?
You're seeing it, mass migration. Oh, you're losing to me. We are losing as a civilization of mass migration. And here's the difference. In Israel, they have my politics. In Israel, they want to maintain a Jewish majority. If they had it their way, it would only be Jewish people. They're fighting like hell so that Jewish people can have as much territory, a Jewish state. They can be proudly Jewish in their own land. Whereas in America, we are being besieged by 10 million illegal immigrants in 4 years. And then whites and Christians are going to be the minority. And that's true in Canada, Australia, all the countries in Europe. So you could say there's 2 billion people, but what's the proportionality? What is the percentage of people being born that are white? Where's the arrow pointing? Where are we going to be in 50 years? In 50 years, there might be an Israel. In 50 years, there isn't going to be a white Christendom.
You don't believe people should get married, right?
That went on. I watched that whole interview, man. And you could tell Pierce was really trying to shake him up. And swing and miss, constantly swing and miss, man.
Did he bother to bring up his viewpoint on the whole Charlie Kirk thing, that he now says that the FBI is not lying and that you're retarded for thinking that Tyler Robinson wasn't the shooter?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly how you're supposed to think.
Well, that's what Nick Fuentes is now saying. So,
and also I watched Candace Owens, because Saab likes his Candace Owens. She was hanging out with fucking Russell Brand talking shit or something.
How to do what?
Hanging out in the kitchen with Russell Brand. That's fucking stuff.
yeah, I wonder if he ever got settled his lawsuit.
I don't know, but I heard a lot of bad stuff about him, but I never had bad vibes until someone said it, and then I was like, oh, it's spooky. I thought he was just high. Like, yeah.
He's just another one who got caught doing bad things and then pretended to be saved, so to speak.
Yeah, he's one of those grandiose talkers, right? He's like almost hypnotic, I think. He's got millions.
Who's that? Russell Brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Russell Brand. That dude, man. What do you make of him?
He's just another one in the show. He's another actor.
He's like way more transparent, I think. That you can actually see that he's just what he is. All you have to do is you go back Russell Brand 5 years, Russell Brand 3 years ago, Russell Brand now. And you listen to him, and he's floating a different story, whatever the way the wind's blowing.
Right. Let's not forget we're talking about the guy who's married to Katy Perry, right?
Oh my God!
There you go.
Can you imagine that?
I can, but two demons.
What was it? Stu Peters says he's got a lot of questions about Erica Kirk. He don't. This is another one.
These people aren't no much different than the government. Oh, they have to be. They have to be government agents because they're just like the government. They want all the eyes on them. They don't want to lose their power. So they make up these freaking stories and go back and forth just to keep all the attention on themselves, basically.
I was wondering if I had something I was looking for. And
I got a lot of questions about Erica Kirk, man. I mean, this woman, directly tied to Raytheon Israel Ltd via her father. Trillions of dollars in arms deals ostensibly brokered between the United States and Israel, connected directly to the Iron Dome. The mom, Lori Fransky, directly tied to the Israeli Foreign Affairs Ministry. She's geofencing American Christians at turning point events, including the pyrotechnics-infused memorial. And her acting skills are terrible. The nonprofit started when she was 17 years old. She's dealing with Romanian orphanages in Eastern Europe. And then Tyler Boyer is the guy that makes the introduction from Erica Kirk to Charlie Kirk. And this guy's got his own relationships with Eastern European orphanages in Ukraine. There's just a lot going on there. She was literally a romance reality TV show actress. She was also recruited by Donald Trump to be in his, Miss USA Trump pageants and won Miss USA Arizona. She's wiping tears away from parts of her eyes where tears do not emit from. Her nose is never running. It's always the same spot. She's always looking up. This is like the new reality show for her. I feel like that's what we're watching, the latest season of Erica Kirk's reality show.
And I don't think that's necessarily off base at all. But you brought up a good point earlier. She immediately, so Charlie dies. The first picture is her hanging outside of that Escalade. She took like a cross and she put it out the window and she showed people. She had the sunglasses on, her head was down. Then she drops the Instagram video of what was presumed to be Charlie Kirk's dead body. She was like holding his hand and she was going over the ring, and you could see the because she wears Masonic rings. on a daily basis. And then she starts that giant media tour. She shows up and she speaks at his memorial. She goes on, she goes, obviously she leads Turning Point USA. So she goes to all these different appearances. She goes to make all these appearances on TV as well. Are the kids with Lori and Kent? Are the kids with Charlie's dad and mom? I mean, what's actually going on here? Are these, because again, we brought this up twice now. We don't know the names of their kids. We've never seen their faces. There's videos of Charlie interacting with a girl, a young girl, I mean, however, 2 or 3 years old. But it's almost as if this girl doesn't have any experience with Charlie. It's almost as if they were just props to create this perception.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about the kids being fake or props, but what I do know is that it appears that Erica Kirk really had no relationship with Charlie. Hey, this is not a grieving woman.
That dude hit it on the head, man. And Peters didn't want him saying that.
Yeah. Why is she, what grieving widow continues to go out in the public view, like to this day? If not for yourself, what about for your supposed kids? Why would you not be consoling them? You shouldn't be out doing all these things, going on these, basically a MAGA tour or an evangelistic, tour, basically. But, why are you not consoling your children? Why are you, this isn't how normal people grieve, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at.
I know, it's so fake. It's so fake. And that's another shit. That's a whole nother group of the stuff. I was only looking for like flat earth videos in there to throw over into this one folder. And I got a bunch of shit about the Charlie Kirk thing. I got to put it all in order. I'm going to put it in by date because that way it'll put it more in order of how it should be. The later shit that you find out, put it all together. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. This is kind of cool. This is one of the videos I found. Wait, let me see. I want to make sure we can hear this.
Some pretty good old school cartoons that, like, I don't know, they're almost like gothish or whatever, but they're like Mickey Mouse style. I don't know, Ren and Stimpy, like really, I don't know. There's a couple of good ones. I can't remember them by name, but
what cartoons?
Just like symbolizing the Soylent Green and the Industrial Revolution and shit. There was a couple of good movies where, like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I got one I can find for you. It's pretty cool too.
Estoy viendo 4 pisos y una fracción de algo más abajo, con un mar tranquilo, sin espumita, como decían, en 4K. Por lo pronto, esta sería la mejor toma que he hecho hasta la fecha de ese edificio. Es impresionante.
Actually looks bigger from 45 miles away than it did when I was sitting right next to the car looking at it. And I was like at 1.26.
Yeah, we're not even 2 miles away.
So that's when I started thinking about atmospheric magnification.
The atmosphere is acting like a lens, which magnifies the city, brings it up a little closer, and as it does so, we start to lose a little bit of the bottom of the buildings, and perhaps due to the density in the atmosphere, there's an additional refraction that takes place that makes it drop down even more. Is that what happened? Let's look at it from another angle here, from the side view. I'll bring our graphic back in of refraction. Let's go ahead and orient the graphic so it better represents what we're looking at here. I'll angle the light rays to show the density of the air here causing the refraction, and bring our lens in so we can magnify the city. It brings the city up, and as it does so, we start to lose a little bit of the bottom of the city, and perhaps either due to the magnification or due to additional refraction, maybe it is dropped down a little bit more, and this is what we end up with. Huh. Just like we saw.
Got nailed by probably a lot of flat earthers. He's like, well, we got a whole lot of email from my viewers.
Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs here, and I want to talk about Mirage. I thought it wasn't that big of a deal when
I shared this picture about a year ago from Joshua and the Wiki. You could see the entire Chicago skyline all the way down to almost the shore of Chicago from the shores of Lake Michigan. Something I said was impossible, at least under normal conditions. This had to be a mirage or some sort of focusing by the atmosphere because there was a big inversion that night. Thought it was pretty straightforward. Did a quick 30-second explainer on there and moved on with my weathercast. Well, email after email later, this is just a few of those emails, Facebook posts, comments. I was shocked to find out that there are a number of people that believe the Earth is still flat and that to them, this is actually proof that the Earth is flat.
So you go to some expert on optics or whatever.
Yeah, at Notre Dame. He went to a professor at Notre Dame.
So he was trying to say, well, so miraging isn't really the correct term, right?
The word mirage originates from the same root word as the word mirror. So technically, I think if you're going to be a stickler about it, you would say a mirage has to have an inverted image.
And so he's like, well, looming would be a better term.
That picture from a year ago, that's looming.
Looming is defined by the dictionary.com website as a mirage in which objects below the horizon seem to be raised above their true positions, and also to appear indistinctly coming into view in indistinct and enlarged form. Well, the indistinct part's tripping me up here because everything is very distinct. I mean, straight lines, perfect. You know, so I'm not really convinced that we're really necessarily dealing with the dictionary description of looming. So you look into looming and it, you know, it's magnification and stuff like that. But as I started thinking about the atmosphere acting like a magnifying glass, I went to Walmart and I got a 8.5 by 11, magnification sheet you would use for like reading or something, right? So I get this magnification sheet and I make a cutout of the city, and I put the magnification sheet in front of the city here, magnification sheet here. I took my cell phone and put it on the other side. And I looked at it, through the lens, and so I could see the entire city. And then on a flat table, like as if the iPhone is the boat, I backed it up, and as I backed it up, the lower part of the city disappeared. Using the sheet right here, and set the city up, a little cutout of the city, and now I've got the big magnifying glass sheet. Bring the camera right up to the lens. See, that's the normal view of the city. Now let's back up again.
The science is the same of that of a lens. Here's a simple example.
So if you're looking at Chicago here,
The atmosphere really is acting like a lens.
yes.
Atmosphere really is acting like a lens, and this is how much of the city is missing due to the lensing effect, the magnification of the atmosphere. You're missing, a good portion of the city just by pulling my iPhone back on a 3-foot long desk. That's how much I lost of the city. So I could replicate exactly what we could see from the other side of the lake. I could replicate on a 3-foot flat table. Science is supposed to be testable, repeatable, observable, stuff, right? Well, this was the easiest thing. It's like,
right? Dig it, man.
Dig it. I've seen that before.
You seen that before?
Mhm.
I got shit on all kinds of stuff, man. You wouldn't believe how.
That's all I've observed. I've observed from the shoreline, what is it? It's only 100 miles, I guess. No, not even. It's probably 60 miles across the old Lake Ontario there. And I can see a factory wall, but I know for a fact, well, I guess I theorize it's right on the fucking water because that's where all the industrial shit's always right close to water. No, I could see the 50-foot wall. I could see it was not attached to the smokestack, which is way bigger. And that's from the beach. Rendering shit's weird. For whatever reason, like you said about the telescope, well, it's the same thing with this digital shit. The way things are rendered, there's for two different people, it could be rendering differently in the same fucking room, it seems, in the sense that when you try and, survey people, well, what color was the car? You'll get fucking 7 answers from 7 people. Oh, it was black car. Oh, it was dark green. Fucking, and what kind of car was it? Oh, it was a Honda. Oh, I don't know. Right? Nobody knows. They don't want to help, but they don't know shit. But they're going to offer up something because they don't want to sound stupid. And that's how chaotic fucking people aren't even observing the same thing at the same time.
Watch this. This is pretty cool. Look at it. Wait. It don't last long. What? Where'd it
Went
go?
into the earth.
See, it just fades out. You can actually see the atmospheric opacity. You can see what's going on.
Yeah. Jerry
You know?
was right. It went into the earth.
It went into the earth. Oh my God, the humanity casualties must have been fucking horrendous.
The water's gonna start boiling.
I think
Oh,
it's
it sleeps at night, so probably not.
let's see, is this
The moon tells it a little nighttime story and puts it to bed.
Every time you guys say that, I entertain the theory that it goes into the earth.
Oh man, I got all kinds of cool shit. I'm just
I think
looking.
it comes from the middle or something, like it's a reflection or something. I don't know.
Man, how much shit do I have?
Could be.
Rockets in a vacuum. I got all kinds of shit on rockets in a vacuum too. Fucking people say, "Oh, it will work" and shit, and I'm like, "How?" That's the same problem. You don't have nothing has any weight, right? So what are you doing? Nothing. You wouldn't
I
go
was thinking
anywhere.
about that in grade 6. Yeah, I honestly, that's one of the things I just thought about too. It didn't take long once I understood that engines won't work at certain altitudes and shit, and like you have to have special engines at certain altitudes.
What kind of engines are those?
Well, not naturally aspirated, that's for sure. You can't go up there in a fucking Spitfire.
Rockets.
You go up there until your engine's stalled. You better hope it starts. I guess those things glide pretty good, but they probably come apart at the speed they would dive in. I don't know. You'd have to do something.
Who was it, McKeegan, that did that thing? How did they get to the moon without refueling?
That's a good question. Well, they had to use. Now this is this is something that was asked. So they used the gravity of the moon to slingshot around and escape with a little bit of burst, reserve, saved fuel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an excuse for all their bullshit, man. I mean, the greatest thing that I got to look at is this. These guys, for the very first time, in an environment that they'd never been into, no one had really been able to do a whole lot in this environment where they're at. They're shooting along, right? And then, so if you can imagine like a short beer can, right, with a nose on it, a cone nose on it. That's what was up there going along. And once they got there in what they call cis lunar orbit, between the Earth and the Moon. Once they got within that area, what they did was they released the beer can from the coned cap. Now you got in mind, there's 3 guys inside that coned cap. And that thing opened up. And inside of it, with the legs folded up, was the lunar lander. Okay, that crack house you see.
Sean Hawkins' little tent. Yeah.
Tweaker's tent that you see them sitting out there on the moon.
Oh man, that's the most funny thing I've heard.
The legs were all folded up in it, right?
Mm.
And this thing sprung open. There's no spring mechanism can be seen on any of the photographs, but somehow these things opened up and this thing came out. And they turned the capsule around 180 degrees. And they maneuvered so that the nose cone of that thing met right up to the top hatch of the lunar lander. Okay. Then they crawled inside there and put on spacesuits. There ain't no way you're going to get through that little fucking hatch in the top of that thing with those spacesuits on. Okay. The little men that I have, everything is totally to scale. The little astronauts I have, I've tested it. They won't go in the fucking hole. There's no way. Anyway, which tells me that they had to have had the spacesuits in there and they had to have climbed into the spacesuits as they climbed into the module.
Yeah.
Then they detached and then took that thing and landed on the moon. The legs folded out and shit, and then it landed on the moon. Okay. Now that's miraculous that they turned around 180 degrees and docked that up to it. Airlock in place and everything. Just perfect.
And to get a perfect seal.
Right.
Top of it.
Right. No.
Try getting a perfect seal on anything.
There was nobody inside that fucking lunar module when they docked up to it. Yeah. I don't know. Anyhow, they did that. First time ever and ever tried to do that. They managed to do it. First try. No problems. Nothing. There it is. Then, not only that, after they were done bouncing around down on the moon and doing all that shit, that thing blasted off and left the bottom half of it up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that module part came off and went up, and it met up to the capsule with Michael Collins in it that was orbiting the moon while they were down there bouncing around on it. And then they did it again. They fucking did it again. They docked up again. Okay. And those two dudes, Buzz and Neil, got out, got back in the capsule, and then they let the fucking lunar lander thing go, and nobody knows where it went. Anyway, then that thing came back to Earth. And they used the momentum of orbiting the moon to aid their trajectory back to the Earth and everything.
Yeah. Space cowboys.
And done
Yeah,
with
nobody batted an eye though at the time, right? Nobody batted a fucking eye. They just
because they'd already been bombed with a bunch of fucking Star Trek type shit and everything else like that. People were, already primed for this shit, and there was a hell of a propaganda campaign done, especially with the help of the news agencies. These news agencies, this was the first time they had like science dudes that had their own spot, like on the news hour, kind of like you'll have sports and weather and the general news and then science news and explained by somebody. And these fucking people were spokesmen for NASA. They were telling you these fantastical tales of how they are going to do this shit. And so you're already seated with it. Plus you saw it on fucking TV.
Can you name anything that forms a perfect seal without using something else? Like, like ductwork needs tape or something needs silicone. Like, can you name anything that forms a perfect seal? I can't offhand. I don't know if anybody knows that without it escaping, like, whatever you have, whatever gas, let's say you have inside or air or whatever, without it escaping.
Heavy duty silicon or maybe galvanized rubber, but see, there's the problem. In a vacuum, that shit just turns to dust after a while.
That too. But I'm saying that's something you add to it to seal it. There's nothing in its natural state that's like a perfect seal.
See, those places don't exist at all.
Yeah.
That they're telling you where they're up there doing that dumb shit that doesn't even exist.
One thing I find it odd though is it seems that the temperature really fucking falls off when you get altitude, right? You know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't really make sense. If you're above the clouds, you're in the fucking 12 o'clock, like the sun's right there or whatever. Right? Shouldn't it be warm up there? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Well,
I don't like using.
You're throwing a lever.
Well, that is the curious thing, and I've had people give me
going,
shit about that because of what I've said before. Is I think that the sun isn't so much a heat source like fire. I mean, I'm sure that it has heat, but I don't think it's really the source of the heat that we get as much as it is the reaction with the earth itself. Because, as you were just pointing out, shouldn't it become warmer as you get closer to the sun?
Only if you fly close enough, your wings will burn.
But then, the air is thinner, so there's not as much conductivity involved, and there's a host of different things. But You know, the thing is I think that somehow has something to do with it. You know, we always see that the moon and the sun are always paired. They're always paired all the way back. Even in language, you look at the Spanish for it, right? Like I said, it's El Sol for the sun, and La Luna, which is feminine, for the moon. The moon is always depicted as a goddess, the moon goddess, and it's always the goddess of fertility because of its 28-day cycle. Think about it.
28.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is exactly what the menstrual cycle of a woman is. Women are actually supposed to sync up to with the moon, but because of the way our society is now, it's fucked.
Isn't the 28th day also supposedly when you should be able to see the moon during the daylight time?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. But here's our guy. Here's our guy. I found this. I'll play this for.
On the outside. On the outside. How do you do that and maintain a pressure seal between them?
O-ring type seals.
No, you don't.
With a rotating shaft. All our hatch seals are O-ring type seals.
Yeah, but how? My brain's.
Yeah, let's go inside. We can see it.
Okay.
7, because we have 7 windows.
What happens if you get a leak on that?
Then you have a leak.
You just have a leak.
And what you would do is air. Yeah, you would probably seal the whole cupola off. And then there's probably a plan, I don't know off the top of my head, but there's probably a plan for replacing the mechanism might require a spacewalk.
So my question is, how can you operate a lid on the outside of the space station by manipulating something mechanical on the inside of the space station without losing air pressure?
It's called real engineering. Is that right, Charlie? That's right.
There's another detail. There's a ring groove, right?
Right. These are the dynamic grooves.
Did you hear me just say? You said there's a dynamic O-ring. That means there's a shaft running through it, actually rubbing on the O-ring. So you've got the air that you're breathing as an astronaut, right? And then it's being held back from the vacuum of space by 2 little bitty O-rings. That's incredible.
Well, not even that. It's not going to be metal on metal contact.
Well, the
whole board has to be trimmed in.
So when a seal goes bad, you have to seal that off.
I know, right? Oh, that's all right. They did it with, didn't they use gum or some shit like that?
Something stupid, yeah.
Some stupid shit. Fuck, it'd be a big bubble bubble coming out the side of the fucking thing before it burst. That's the dumbest shit.
Imagine a submarine, you'd have to do shit like that though, right? Or like in Star Trek, you'd have to have a fucking airlock. You have a gap like a fucking elevator, like, you know, like a secure vault. And you open one door at a fucking time, first of all. That's how you expose yourself to fucking space gradually. You know,
Yeah,
so,
you got to have secondary measures. Yeah, if something goes wrong.
like, if you look at it like diving, and again, like we've been saying it, like off key in a way, but the whole point is we've been looking to the fucking sky for the last 100 years. Saying that's
shot I've been trying to get.
the one way we're not looking is down, man. I think there's lots of shit under our feet, man. Like lots of shit.
Most likely.
So you know how like those fucking globe trolls always like to show that Lake Pontchartrain picture, and they use the refraction and shit. Say, see, it's curved right there, right? All right, so check this out. This is pretty fucking cool.
It's the shot I've been trying to get. I am dangerously on 55 and I-10 junction in New Orleans over Lake Pontchartrain. These are the utility poles that run 18 miles across the lake.
Straight line, baby. Straight line. Look at that.
It's like a train track.
Yeah, baby. And you can see that's perfect perspective lines. Look at that. It's perfect. On the bottom and you're not seeing it. On the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
You know, look at the perspective lines, how they go right into the horizon. Boom. This is how you're supposed, you know, and then they try to use first person or third person 2D fucking Euclidean geometry says, see, the sun would never set. The sun would never set on a. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, I got something on here.
Well, it's the observer effect too, man. I think that plays a huge part. People underestimate the observer
So
effect.
what do you suppose it, whatever that video was he was using to take that video? I'm surprised it actually wasn't curved because of the camera or whatever he was using.
Oh, what on the one that looks like it's curved?
No, that one there that
That
where it's
one?
straight. I'm curious as to what he was using. I mean, typically, you know, if
Yeah,
you were
he
using.
just increased his elevation a little bit.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, it shows a straight line right there. It's beautiful. Perfect spot. Where the fuck is that? Hold on a second. No, that's not what I want. Damn it. Maybe it's up to the top. Oh, yeah. I think it is. Let me go all the way up to the top. It's got him in its tune. It's funny as shit. There he is.
Among the
Cause see, this is the shit. They'll just try to pass off some dumb shit, and you know who they are. You know who they are. The League of Anti-Flat Earthers.
Among the League of Anti-Flat Earthers, MC Toon has an interesting claim that one can bounce radio waves off of the sun and detect them using radar. It is right here on his website, mctoon.net/sun. And it's not just him. He appears to believe this because Science magazine said so, and because NASA said so. And he provides links to those sources. Let's take a closer look at this article from NASA. Briefly, one radar experiment is performed by transmitting a coded signal toward the sun for 16 minutes. The round trip time, and then receiving the echo for the following 16 minutes. The average transmitted power is 500 kilowatts. Now, if you can't instantly see the problem with this on their globe model, allow me to spell it out for you. Let's start with the inverse square law. The inverse square law states that for a point source of waves that is capable of radiating omnidirectionally and with no obstructions in the vicinity, the intensity I decreases with the square of the distance d from the source. To say it more simply, waves weaken over distance. The farther a wave gets from the source, the wider the wavelength gets, and the shorter each wave becomes until it is no longer there. The NASA claims to have created 16 minutes of radio ripples, which they launched at the sun, which they claim to be 93 million miles away. The sun then returned those ripples, sending them back another 93 million miles, and then they listened to the echo for 16 minutes. That tells you that the inverse square law was non-existent in their experiment. And that isn't the only problem their claim has. The next major problem they face is deflection. Just think about it. The globe Earth's model's sun is not a smooth, flat surface. They claim it is an enormous ball of continuously erupting plasma that is constantly spewing out in all directions. But if the surface of the sun didn't deflect the signal in a random direction, that solar wind would have deflected the signal both on the way there and on the way back.
Not in my house. No. Not today.
And the next problem they would face would be frequency jamming.
Down, scope. Radar about to be jammed.
Jam, sir.
Yeah, I couldn't help it.
Sir, the radar, sir. It appears to be
Jammed. Jammed. Raspberry. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star.
Though it completely safety, radar jamming does not have anything to do with raspberry jam. Radar systems are used extensively in defense operations, from area surveillance and early warning to target tracking and fire control. Radar plays a critical role as the eyes for countless defense systems. Now, if we're talking about defense, that implies you have an adversary. And if you're using radar to conduct military operations, your adversary might want to prevent you from being able to use that radar. Radar jamming is a form of electronic countermeasures for electronic attack to interfere with the operation of the radar. It involves sending intentionally disruptive radio waves towards that target radar, which might oversaturate its receivers so it can't detect anything, or perhaps receive it into interpreting false information. Either way, you're preventing that radar from being able to do its job. There's several different approaches for jamming radar. The mechanical approach is to scatter material that's reflected to radar waves around the area, called chaff, or send out other reflected decoys. That chaff and the decoys will reflect signal energy from the target radar you want to jam back at it. That clutters up the radar's view with a bunch of junk, which hopefully obscures the assets you're trying to hide from it. The more active approach to radar jamming is electronic jamming, where you use a transmitter to actively send high-energy disruptive signals towards the target radar to interfere with it. And that electronic jammer might use different types of signals based on the effect it's trying to achieve.
A single nuclear bomb is known to be able to produce something called nuclear blackout. Nuclear blackout, also known as fireball blackout or radar blackout, is an effect caused by explosions of nuclear weapons that disturbs radio communications and causes radar systems to be blacked out or heavily refracted so they can no longer be used for accurate tracking and guidance. Within the atmosphere, the effect is caused by the large volume of ionized air created by the energy of the explosion. While above the atmosphere, it is due to the action of high-energy beta particles released from the decaying bomb debris. At high altitudes, the effect can spread over large areas, hundreds of kilometers. The effect slowly fades as the fireball dissipates. And this is just talking about one nuclear bomb going off. According to the Boston Globe, the sun is the equivalent of about 1,000,000,000,000 1 megaton bombs going off every second. And that noise doesn't dissipate. On their model, their radio broadcaster is a tiny speck on a tiny speck planet. Remember, they claim their sun is so big they could fit 1.3 million Earths inside it. That is like trying to listen to the sound of a pin drop in the middle of a nuclear death metal concert taking place on the other side of the world. Thank you for sharing this information on your website, MC Tune. People really should be aware that NASA makes these kinds of claims. If enough people know about it, we can make this happen. Raise your voices, everyone. Together, we can do this. Abolish NASA! This message is brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science. Thank you all for watching.
Anti-flat earthers. Aren't they a hoot though?
That's where Steven gets his information from.
Yeah, I would have to imagine. That's wait a second. That was the last guy we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy before him was Mike.
Yeah.
Mike Vargas. I see him pop his head up here and there every so often.
Oh, do you?
Not too much. Not too much. You don't fuck with me, I know.
Yeah, but what college student, right, that fucking is any good at math? Because I'm not that kind of math guy. But, you know, how do they fucking just gobble up this fucking laser refraction shit off the sun, right? Like, going by their own textbooks, like, wouldn't they be in the know at that point? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And they're still inventing stuff. I mean, fuck. I gotta say that I think they're
who the fuck is inventing anything? Really?
The military fucking industrial complex is inventing.
I mean,
lots
there's,
of shit.
you know, it used to be like, you know, we know who invented, you know, these various things, you know, back in the days, light bulb, all
I think
that.
it's a
But now it's like
silicone
who invented the cell phone? Who
Where are
invented?
they made? So
Tim Cook. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, some of these things we have. Who invented the fucking
where,
flat screen plasma TV?
who's
What
making them?
known? No, we
Right?
only know what corporation did it. We don't know the person behind it, or
It's
even if it
technology
is.
that was given back to us is what it was.
Yeah, most likely. I believe. I think so.
But yeah, as far as selling Israeli weapons, they're not using the weapons that we're selling them. Like by the amount of weapons that they sold them, they should have been able to flatten the Middle East entirely by now.
What the fuck are you talking about, man? How'd you get
I'm
in?
just,
How
I'm
far
just
is
thinking about
any
money
of this crap advanced ever since it came out too? Like a phone, for
because
instance, like you were just talking
it's
about. They come out with
warfare.
these so-called inventions, and then they make new ones, and it's the same thing as the last one over and over and over again. Yet people keep buying them as if they're getting something new. It's like, oh, this one can zoom in 2 more feet than the last camera. It's like, oh my god, that's awesome. I better spend another $1,000.
Even Xbox 5, PS5, like or PS6 now, I guess. Like there was talk of PS6 before PS5 came out. And I think they're really holding back with graphics. The way the deep state is now, there's no reason why a video game shouldn't look any different than this podcast to an extent. You know what I mean? Like it's
Who do you think the deep state is?
well, by deep state, I just meant like the deep fake, where you can.
I mean, it's
know.
like, when this is, I'm just asking, because this is an interesting concept, because this is a term that we're familiar with and everybody seems to use, right?
I think it's people you will never know, but they're probably inside the Pentagon somewhere. Would be
Men
my
in Black.
guess. I have no clue.
I think
You
it's
ever
like
seen-
I think it's like demons, and they have their minions, like you're saying, that are working within the Pentagon, and they're in high places.
Yeah.
Purposely put there. Kind of like in the Omen 3. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Well, energies attract energies, so they'll just be on the same page because they're that close to being on the same page. So like
They have to be on with the agenda. They have to listen. They're demonically influenced. I'll put it that way. And from high level demons. I'm not talking about the ones that are just minor doing shit. They're bad too. But the ones that are actually pulling the strings on this whole world on the behest of their master, they're gonna try this enslavement. But listen, it's coming like right to an end. It's coming to that time right now where shit's gonna hit the fucking fan. Shit is gonna hit the fan. I just have this feeling, man. And if it don't, I'll be highly disappointed.
Now what
yeah, I know. Right? Like it's like also like with all the warfare and shit. It's like I don't know. Like how has USA never been attacked? Like I'm sorry. Like please don't blame me if no shit happens. But like I don't see real aggression against the Americans, even on a fucking civil level. Like or for that matter, Russia. Like until this Ukraine shit started, then I heard about missiles getting near Moscow or some shit, but that's probably just all blown out of proportion in what the Americans who tell us. Right?
Well, the aggression comes from our own government on our own people. It's not these stories they come up with, like Russia or China, these boogeymen.
Yeah.
No, it's freaking our own governments are the aggressors upon us, the very own. Same with you guys, probably too. Any government, really, but.
Yeah, they're just making an excuse though, like with the National Guard shit. Like that's like coming out instantly to fucking seem like an inside job, and that's almost mainstream from what I've seen, anyways. Like the routers or whatever the fuck. Like
National Guard. What are you talking about?
well, just the different news agencies, right?
Well, what are you saying with the National Guard thing now?
Well, that the guy was a fucking internationally trained soldier or something like that.
Oh,
He
you
worked with
talking
the
about
fucking
the
Americans.
shooting at the White House?
Yeah, he worked with the Americans, is what I remember seeing.
Is that what
and
you're
reading.
talking about, though? That's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's like, okay, well, now the war's come here. And like, how do you think those fucking National Guard feel if they're reading that in their newspaper as they're having their toast in the barracks, right? Like, you could put yourself in someone's shoes and start to fucking get a little different picture, right? They're probably all like, oh, next time like looking, and they are so paranoid because they don't want to get shot, right? So, you know, cop thinks everybody has a gun in their pocket. Keep your hands out of your pockets and shit. Like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Hey, AI is great, or is that AI is Greta? No, AI is
Great.
great. Yes. No, there isn't anyone that we don't offend. We're equal opportunity offenders here. We offend each other sometimes. Sometimes, you
In
know,
good taste.
because we have control of our emotions, and being offended by something is a choice. You realize that, right? But if you'd like to discuss that or the finer points of any other thing, feel free to hit that link. We're going to be on now for another 15 more minutes. So you go ahead and come on if you want to. Yeah.
Enlighten us.
This is a pretty good little video right here, man.
In the heliocentric model of the cosmos, the moon revolves around the Earth 13 times per year, traveling at 2,288 miles per hour, while the Earth revolves around the Sun once per year, traveling at 67,000 miles per hour. The following model and animation illustrate how this is supposed to occur. As you can see, since the moon is revolving around the Earth.
Hold on, before we go any a little further, AI is Greta. This is anti-American rhetoric. What the fuck are you even talking about, bro? I don't like. I love my country. I fear my government, though. I can tell you that right now. They're a bunch of fucking lying pedophiles and shit, man. Who needs them, right? Anti-American rhetoric from you guys. Sound like it. No, I am not offended about America at all. Let me tell you something. I am the president and founding member of an organization that goes by the acronym POOP, poop. And that acronym comes from people offended by offended people. And I take offense at your offense. And you know what? My being offended offends myself. So I choose to not be offended because it causes an internal conflict, okay?
Which itself is revolving around the Sun. In order to maintain its regular orbit, the moon would have to be constantly and drastically changing its speed in ways completely unaccounted for by the model. In the outer part of its orbit, the moon would have to speed up 67,000 miles per hour, in addition to its regular speed of 2,288 miles per hour, just to keep up with the Earth. So the moon would then be traveling at 69,288 miles per hour when it reached the front of the Earth. At this point, since the moon is allegedly 240,000 miles away from the Earth would catch up in just 4 hours. So the moon must continue traveling 67,000 miles per hour along Earth's trajectory, while simultaneously continuing its now perpendicular 2,288 mile per hour second trajectory. Then, as it turns to reach the inner part of its orbit, the moon must now slow back down to its original speed, allowing the Earth to pass by. Lastly, as it passes behind the Earth, the moon must once again quickly accelerate back up to nearly 70,000 miles per hour before getting left in the dust. In addition to all of this, the Sun itself is allegedly orbiting the Milky Way galaxy at 448,000 miles per hour, further compounding the problems and calculations of the heliocentric model. If this were true, then the Earth, Moon, and other planets would all have yet another set of ridiculous and impossible corkscrewing accelerations and decelerations necessary just to keep up with the Sun. And for the cherry on top, all of these calculations have been assuming perfectly circular orbits. But the actual heliocentric model claims that the Moon's orbit around the Earth's orbit around the Sun, and the Sun's orbit around the Milky Way are all elliptical, not circular, meaning there would be even more additional accelerations and decelerations to calculate depending where each one is along its elliptical path. These constant and drastic accelerations and decelerations necessitated by the heliocentric model are rarely, if ever, mentioned by globe believers, because they have always been taught that the reason we do not feel or experience any of this supposed motion is because we always travel at a constant velocity. In their own model, however, due to their elliptical orbits and revolving around other revolving bodies, The moon, sun, Earth, and other planets could not maintain constant velocities and would instead be regularly accelerating and decelerating. Yet, meanwhile, you can stack a house of cards, make a rock cairn, or play a game of Jenga, all without any of this motion, acceleration, and deceleration ever being felt or experienced.
Are you getting an echo on your end, Seth?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why are you?
I am a little bit, and Luke mentioned it in the chat too, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I wanted to go over here and look at something here real quick.
Probably my fans. We've been so quiet.
It's not like real noticeable, but there's a little bit on. I don't know. It ain't affecting anything to me, but I heard everything fine.
What's that say? Hold on a second.
That's why I don't get wrapped up.
Purple. Alabama John said he wants to talk to you right now. He is also live on Rumble. Come by when you are free. I'll be going to bed when I'm free. Purple, by the way.
Who is that?
I don't know, somebody over Rumble side.
Hmm.
Thank you for coming though tonight. Awesome. Anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, I found all kinds of great shit. On this in my moving shit around today on here.
That's why I don't get wrapped up in all them calculations and physics and all that crap. They make it nonsensical for that very reason, to confuse everybody. They know that stuff doesn't work. That's why you keep it simple. You know, the water.
Do you
all
remember
the
the spiral they showed us? How it was like a fastball sun, and then everything was like all the planets were following it.
Yeah.
And like when I first saw it, the first thing I thought was like, is that the fucking scale, right? And then, like, it actually was like a trigger for me to start questioning it, because that was like, fuck, first time I saw that imagery, and it was almost identical imagery to what was just shown. Like I think it was like 2006 when I first saw that description of the fucking 3D globe. Like, but yeah, that's where I started to question shit. First of all, yeah, is that actually it looked like a comet or something with all the planets following it? And my buddy had brought it up, and of course I dismissed it at first. And that was back like we were listening to like George Norrie and shit, like every fucking it was on the weekend, I think. George Norrie, yeah. Fuck, what was the name of that show? I forget that show name.
Got me.
Coast to Coast. You guys don't know it. Coast to Coast with George Norrie.
Yeah.
And there was a couple other characters we had.
He
on there
has
too
some
that-
pretty cool shit on there.
I think he had a couple stand-ins.
Who was that
too.
other dude? Who was that other dude? Not George Norrie. There's another dude used to have a show on. I think he broadcasts out of Nevada. God bless it. What was his name? I used to like it. It was the
Yeah.
shit.
He was on the coast also. Probably, like I said.
John something. I don't remember.
Give it a second. Somebody in chat will put out
Yeah,
that.
somebody had it. Art Bell.
Art Bell.
Art Bell.
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
Oh, Art Bell was one, but no, this guy, John somebody.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
He used to get some pretty interesting guests on there. He was pretty
That was some of the first times where I heard the topic thrown around a bit.
Check this. This is pretty cool. Watch this on. Watch what happens when he zooms in on it. Look at that thing's way above the horizon. You zoom in.
If I could like borrow his phone and like do it right beside him, I would still like almost believe it. You know what I mean?
See what happens is you zoom out. See what happens when you zoom out? It starts to look like it's going down and below the horizon, but it's not. It's going off beyond what you can see.
Right, but I've told the story where I drove south for 2 hours and looked at the same cloud formation, right? So does that mean I can see 200 kilometers?
Probably.
Well,
Man, this is crazy as shit. I can't believe I found all these, man. I mean, I just never sorted them out. I had them all over the place, and they weren't They weren't labeled good. Here you go. They've been fucking with us ever since we was kids. I remember this episode. And I cracked up with it.
Yeah, I can't believe they canceled all those old cartoons, right?
Oh wait, I got it muted. Hold on. I don't know why. Oh, because that other one with the sunset had really loud ocean noise.
Round, flat,
You hear that?
flat, round, high, round. Columbo, the world she's flat. The world she's around. She's flat. Look, King, she's around like the apple. She's flat like the pancake. Pasta fazool. She's around, she's a firm, she's a fully packed. She's around like my head. She's flat like your head. A biscuit tortone. What's up, dogs? I'm a disgust. Nobody believes the world she's around. She looks around to me, Doc.
Oh, boys, come here.
A queen is abandoned.
If you can prove the world is round, Chris, I'll give you my jewels.
A ravioli. All the time prove. Approve a schmove, she's around.
See his little Jew hat?
Yeah.
See, that's how they are. Oh, you always want proof. You just won't believe me. What are they doing? It's right there in your face, man. Right there in your fucking face. Amazing.
All for kids.
Yep.
Get them started early.
Absolutely it is, man. But I remember that. I like that episode. It was pretty cool. It was like almost.
I had this stupid idea popping in my head, and I know it's controversial chaos theory, but like, what if it was like a half sphere and a half sphere? Like, what if there is two sides to this fucking thing? And if there is such thing as gravity, right? If I was in the very center of the Earth, wouldn't it mean I was in like a space where there was no gravity? Like, what can it do to me from the center? Like, would you get stuck there? Well, I've used my imagination and thought about it. Yeah, there'd be places in the center where it wasn't affected, or so if you went down deep enough, their gravity should have less of effect on you. And then I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any
sense. None of it does, right?
No.
But I'm just suggesting, what if there's a bottom half and they want us bouncing off the glass when you could drive for 8 hours directly down and not come out of China.
We don't see any evidence of measurable convexity whatsoever.
Yeah, but on that scale of a half sphere, it wouldn't be quite like, it wouldn't fit their math either way, right?
No. Look, the thing is that the coordinates they built for you were designed to make you think you're on a globe. All right.
Oh, they can simply be a circle.
The AE map is the closest thing that we have, although there are distortions. Okay. Those distortions are not due to it being a projection of a globe so much as it is that they made it projections of a globe on there in order to hide fucking land. Someone stole a slice of fucking pizza, and there's a huge body of land that we don't even know about. It's hidden in fucking plain sight. You can't go there. Who's going to go there? Way down in the middle of the fucking South Pacific. Who the fuck is going to go there? Ain't no flight routes or anything. No planes fly over there. There's no reason for them to, because of the fact that it's fucking supposedly desolate. And there's a lot of areas out there that they enforce, that you're not allowed to go there. And there's navies enforce you're not allowed to go there. It's a lot of areas, especially when it comes to the Pacific. So ancient maps show a land there between South America and Australia and shit.
Right. Ironically, ironically, it takes up the whole bottom of the map, almost similar to like the way the one is depicted in the schools, right? And I think that's more than just a coincidence that because on their scale, they've depicted both sides of the earth, but at the bottom.
Before I lose this thought, let me put this out there. Okay. So how do we know that the maps we have now are more accurate, so to speak, than, as far as depicting the land masses and what they look like and shit like that, as opposed to ancient maps? Who actually has the real map?
Library of Congress.
Because everybody just takes for granted that that's the correct one because that's the one they're provided with. That's the one they had in school, right? We had a globe in school. So that's a place where you learn, right? That's a place that makes you smart, right? So that globe's got to be true because it was there at that place where they make you smart at.
Just keep digging a hole and you'll end up in China. Why is that even
Dude, that's
greater?
what the fuck is going on with a lot of people. They just take for granted this thing and it's just programmed into them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
They
we're coming
can't
up. I gotta get off here. I gotta go to bed.
John B. Wells, was that the person you were thinking of, Sav?
Yes.
All right, that was Sue that said that. I just wanted to bring that up quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Who said that?
Sue Ratio.
Sue Ratio, right on. She gets a gold star on her chart. I'm gonna put one on there. All right, yay. That was another thing they do for you. That's part of your. You remember that in grade school? You'd have like some kind of a little ranking system with gold sticker stars or some shit on a chart. Everybody got to see who the dipshit was.
Read enough books, you get a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut.
Yes. Yeah. And that was just a way to keep you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and make you fatter.
No, I was like, no, David, you can't read Mein Kampf. Why? I did. I was told in school I wasn't allowed to read Mein Kampf.
Yeah, I think they took it out of our library.
It was in our public library. And
Well,
I had
I'm in our
checked
school
it out
library.
from there, and I had it at school.
Yeah.
And I was reading it on my lunch break, and the principal come up to me and give me some shit. That was in junior high. He goes, "Why are you reading that?" And I says, "Why not?"
Don't worry about it. None of your business.
So I'm just, checking out.
I've read it.
Go do your principal business. I'll do my.
You're
student
telling me
business.
one story in here, and I'm hearing another story in here. Just saying.
Maybe the guy wasn't so bad after all, eh?
Right? I like to hear both sides of the story. I want to know what's really going on. That's the way it is. Yes, gravity is nonsense. Absolutely, Cylon killer. Just batting them in there, man. Gravity pulls all matter towards the central. Who says this dumb shit? Gravity pulls all matter towards a central point, naturally forming large celestial bodies like Earth's into spheres. No, it doesn't. Where do you ever seen any evidence of this happening? We're in nature. This is just some story you're told by people looking into the sky and making up stories about what they say that they see. Because although they like to provide these things, oh, look, here's a nebula where planets and things are born. And it's like, and everybody looks at that, and it's all just fucking artwork made up from like bullshit data. I mean, it's like look at this is what was going on up here. And it's no different than, looking up at the sky and making up stories about what you see anyway. I mean, it's just like, come on, man. That ain't happening. Wherever have you ever seen two objects or anything want to come together and form into a sphere for any reason whatsoever without having to go to Narnia land? You know, that place that defies the second law of thermodynamics that you call space? Talking about actual physics here. As soon as you start opening up the fucking wardrobe cabinet to go into Narnia land, no, we don't go into Narnia land. There is no Narnia land. Because then we're going to get into a really complicated discussion.
So you're telling me if I go in my closet, I can't go to Narnia?
I'm not telling you what to do in your closet, Chad.
Depends what kind of drugs are in your closet.
Business at all.
I was going to give it a whirl tonight, and you ruined my dreams.
Listen, it's none of my business what you do.
I just came out of the closet. Now I'm just trying to go back.
Oh, no, so don't let nobody
Clip
clip
that, guys.
Oh shit, they're gonna clip that. You come out of the
Yeah.
closet. Oh no.
I forgot to put my resume in at the candy shop, though. I'm still be waiting to hear back.
Did you email it?
No.
Did
Snail
you?
mail.
Huh? Snail mail?
Yeah.
Oh, from Canada, that could take forever.
Yeah, our postal workers are on strike. They don't do fuck all.
U.S. is about ready to go to war with Canada, man.
Yeah, over the postal service.
Yeah, it's because of
Don't
that.
fuck with our
Might
postal
go
workers,
get my
man.
piece of
They'll
land.
do it, they'll do it themselves.
All right,
You think
guys.
your postal workers are bad? Ours are just as bad.
Craig, oh no, David Crutch says now Craig will want a date. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Some of you guys in the chat are fucking awesome. I swear to God, these people crack me up. I look over here and there's just like a whole world going on over in there.
Can't be no lightweight up here.
No. That's why I say we got a pretty good crowd shows up here, man. I like it. The theory of gravity by just looking up at the sky, then where did it come from? Dropping shit on the ground. That doesn't mean mass attracts mass. It means that stuff that's heavier than air goes down to the ground. That's all
I
that
know
means.
you're.
It doesn't mean anything about it. That's not an example of mass attracting mass. And the Cavendish experiment is nothing more than just torsion dynamics, man. It's not mass attracting mass. And certainly
It's probably just Wesley or one of those people.
it probably is. He's
the bait and switch freaking troll.
Who knows? But anyways, yeah, magic fairy dust, Peter says. Got it going on. Surface tension of water does that. Yeah. Okay, buddy. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming up. Everybody that showed up in the chat tonight, thanks for showing. Had a good time. We'll see you all next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Don't forget, like we always like to say, and some people are offended by this, but I don't give a fuck. Don't forget, the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. Never, never. And see your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.